Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another episode of That's Never Happened Before, which is the most hilarious thing to hear all GDQ at like main stage GDQ events. Yeah, I heard that a lot this past GDQ, and so here we are. Post GDQ. I know we actually had an episode last month as well, right after. But I'm just reflecting on past GDQs. Anyway, hi, what's going on? I'm Kungfufruitcup, or just Fu for short, and I am joined today by Talon, Trot, and Ian.
And I'm here to showcase Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 glitches for y'all today.
Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 glitches for y'all today.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So thinking about all kinds of games to have on the stream and on the show, it's a lot of times it's like, what's a really broken game? Zelda. And I'm like, I know. And there are a lot of Zelda games you can have on the show, but I want to get all kinds of games on here, all kinds of runners, showing off all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm glad we've had a good amount of diversity so far. Yes, there's been a Zelda game like every third show. That's probably going to continue to happen for a while. There's a lot of content. But Splatoon is a game that even I used to speedrun, and it's super fun. Now, Talon here has the current world record, and lots of info to share with us, lots of glitch stuff. Like, in my memory, I was like, wait, there's some fun glitches in this. Like, this is a great game. Like, honestly, for those who are playing through Splatoon and, or have played Splatoon in the past and they're like, how's the speed run? Like, you go through the story mode and there's a lot more and a lot of really fun movement in the game that you wouldn't necessarily expect. So we're going to get to see a lot of that today. But before we do that, I wanted to chat with Talon for a little bit, get to know you a little better. Yeah. And I want to hear about what drew you into playing Splatoon in the first place.
I played a lot of Splatoon casually back in 2015. The first game. Never got into speedrunning it before. I only got into speedrunning stuff in 2016 when I started with Banjo Kazooie. That's where the name comes from. And the talent trot.
With the talent trot.
Yeah, and I got into Splatoon 2 a few weeks after it came out. I started speedrunning it, and I started contesting for one of the world records a couple months in, and I've just ran it on and off ever since, really. And I've been doing a long stretch recently. I got a capture card, and now I'm trying to dominate some Splatoon 1.
Nice. Okay, so you got into Splatoon 2 first.
Yeah,
and then started speedrunning Splatoon
I think
1.
I'm only over 2 months into Splatoon 1. It's still somewhat new to me, but my experience in Splatoon 2 really carried me thus far.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, that must have been a huge factor in you being able to have the skill level already set. You just had to adjust the jump button.
That's the only reason I have 2 or 3 records right now, I would say. It's just because I already knew what I was doing in Splat 2, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's even more there. So if you kind of simplify it a little bit, and then you just add the D-pad thing, which I'm sure we will talk about for you all. So
it's.
Yes. So what is your current goal, would you say, with Splatoon in general? Or, if you feel like you're almost done with Splatoon,
well, for Splatoon
then what's
1,
next?
I know I want to sweep the main categories at this point. The only one I really have to take left is any %, which I've had before, but that got beaten recently by Moofish. And maybe some amiibo runs after that as well. Maybe go back to Splatoon 2 Octo expansion later. After that, honestly, not sure, but hey, we'll figure it out, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Oh, hang on 1 second.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk about the new glitches in this game. There's 2 big tricks got discovered this year, which is pretty unheard of for a game like Splatoon, so gonna surprise y'all.
Yes, I know. I'm really, really excited to see that because it's been a while since it's had the most bustling community because it's, we've gone through Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2. We're even having Splatoon 3 coming up, which is going to be great. So with less people kind of involved, things settle for a while. So finding 2 new big things happening in the game is awesome. And again, I'm excited to see it. I actually don't know about these skips, so this is going to be new for me. And a lot of it's going to feel like I'm getting refreshed plus a lot more. So you all hopefully can learn a lot today. This will be similar to, I would say the feeling of the show today is going to be a little bit less the last 2 episodes where it's been complete just complete showcase style. So this is going to be more of kind of like the run style that we've seen in the past, but it's more of, it's like a hybrid. I don't know how to explain it, but Talon here is going to show us, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're feeling up for it, are you ready to get into the run?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Alrighty, sweet. So let's head on over to that, and then I will let you count down, or I can count down, or however you want to do it.
I'll count down. Just tell me when you're ready.
All right, sweet. Okay, awesome. Okay, I can't wait to see it. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoy. I am here. If you have questions in the chat that you would like answered, feel free to ask in chat, and I will grab those for you so we can ask Talon here. And then,
For sure.
I'm trying to think of anything else before we start. I think that's good. And then, as always, we'll have a nice little wellness break in the middle. And yeah, and then we should be good from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, awesome. Yeah, feel free to start the countdown.
All right, I'm ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh wait. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared. I didn't select
That's
my
okay.
inkling
Again,
right.
it's not.
I didn't select my inkling right. No. Wow, I've been sitting on that screen
I
for
mean-
like 10 minutes and I just managed to pull that one off. Sorry, you want me to count down again? Okay. I'm ready for real this time, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
I am ready.
Sorry, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. That's better. So yes, welcome to Splatoon 1. I guess I'll explain some basic movement once I can actually hit the balloons. So you have weapon in this game. This one's the Splatter Shot Junior. It puts ink on the ground that you can do with ZR. Throw a bomb with R as well. There'll be a few of those throughout the run. I'll have to explain that later. And with ZL, you can go into squid form to go faster and move around in your own ink. And once I get a little further in this intro, I'd like to explain a bit more of a complex mechanic. It's what's called ledge snapping. So whenever you're going up a ledge normally, you see how I just like jump over that and it doesn't really snap me towards the ledge, doesn't give me a lot of speed going up. If you release ZL and press ZL again as you go up, you can snap towards the ledge like so and keep all your speed doing it.
Oh. Like the platform at the top.
Yeah.
I mean.
You can keep all of your speed as you get onto that platform on the top, just like that.
Oh. Oh my gosh, what a throwback. This is so fun.
So I'm gonna,
Excited.
yeah. Ledge snaps everywhere. And we'll hop into Inkopolis so we can sit through 2 minutes of news. Nothing ever changes.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, so it's, you know, that's like the required beginning. Before you can actually get into the story mode, like, you know, it's just how it was decided that the run would start in that section right there.
Yeah.
So you always have to sit through this. And resetting is also a little annoying, but that's okay.
It's honestly a lot shorter in Splatoon 1 just because I'm playing on Japanese right now, which saves about 40 seconds over any percent, so
Okay, cool.
it actually saves a ton in this intro sequence.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm just gonna be mashing through the intro until I can actually get into Octocaddy and play the game!
yeah, exactly. Okay, so while we're kind of waiting through this text a little bit, do you want to explain some, like, let's say, like, some of the general movement you're going to see throughout the run itself? Like, what would you say is the most useful thing to know for a new person?
Probably the most useful thing is gonna be strafing. I should explain strafing right when I actually get control again here. But basically, when
Sure.
you're trying to switch directions in this game, there's a massive delay. So it's like you try to go from left to right somewhat fast or something when you're trying to pick up a key, and the game will just stop you. You'll have no speed when you do it. But you can remedy that by either using your hero shot or a sub, which I'd like to show once Captain Cuttlefish is done talking.
Okay, so the hero shot is like the default weapon that you have in this, and then a sub is like your sub weapon. So you'll see the little like bomb he throws out, and there are
Yeah.
different types of like bombs or like, you know, ink explosives that you can get.
Yeah.
That'd be
I'd like to explain sub-strafing.
Yeah.
So normally when you're just going back and forth, like when you're gonna have to go through a key section or have to turn quickly, this is what normally turning around looks like. Super slow. Even trying to unsquid doesn't really do much about it. you can fix that by either using your shot, which lets you turn around a lot faster and make tight your corners. This is a little bit slower than using a sub, for example, but using a shot lets you take care of an enemy while you're doing it as well. So on like lock boxes or grabbing keys or trying to get around to different areas, using either your hero shot or your sub to strafe around is super useful and really separates like intermediate players from experts, I find. So let's get into level 1. Level 1 is full of a lot of basic enemies that just teaches you a lot of how the level design works in this game.
Right. When was your first like noticeable skips, would you say?
A lot of skips aren't in early game at all. You're gonna notice that World 3 is absolutely insane in this game. Like, World 3 used to be, okay, not too exciting, but now we're in the year 2021. World 3 is probably the hardest world imaginable in any Splatoon game.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to see what's changed with it.
Oh, you're not ready?
Okay. See, a lot of this, again, it's just like tutorial style. Like, you just, you know, you just gotta kill the enemies and get past and go.
Killing the enemies, and it's like, you're going from like launch pad to launch pad, and you'll notice that a lot of the sections in each level are like really separated from each other. And that kind of prevents a lot of skips from being done because all these islands are super far from each other. It's hard to go from one out of order.
Right,
But,
so you'll see a lot of it starts with this like basic movement, like there's little bits where you just like put a little bit of ink on this corner and you can kind of like get up around this. You know, it's like really small types of movement like that that can save you little bits of time here and there.
All sorts of small optimizations. It's crazy.
Plus you have the gun that he's using has like built-in RNG because the shots aren't always going to be completely consistent.
So if you want to like try to make a path in front of you, if you only have a few shots, there's going to be all like these little paths that you can't actually get through.
You see how it wasn't like just
you
totally
have to fire
ahead.
so many shots just to make it actually consistent path. So there's RNG everywhere in this game if you really think about
absolutely. What's the current record right now?
A 50-24 by Movefish, and my PB is a 50-32.
Oh right. Okay.
I have
really
I have the
close.
all scrolls at NG Plus record, but any percent's the one that eludes me right now.
Right. I mean, it's again a little bit RNG. Like, there's a lot of things that can make a difference.
This game's hard. This game's very hard.
It's fun though.
Yeah,
we have like some cycle-based levels and things that you'll
This
see
is
as
actually
well.
one of them right now. This is a global cycle stage. So you have to be fairly quick with your movement to make the last cycle.
Yeah, see how he's like skipping little bits of wall. He's making sure he hits that thing in advance.
Ledge snap, trying to strafe around stuff. Yep.
There's also certain of these little like these orange balls here that you see. Like that's kind of your currency that will help you get upgrades.
That's
and you need a certain amount of those.
That's actually a super good point. Those are called power eggs, and by the end of this level, I need 100 of them. So I'm keeping very close attention to how many power eggs I have right now, just to make sure I will have enough for the first sub weapon I want to unlock.
Yes. Very important, not only because you get a weapon that like it makes a path for you, but then also it helps with like this really quick movement tech thing that that Talon will explain.
Helps with all sorts of strafing. There's gonna be probably one of my favorite glitches in this entire game that I used to be super bad at, but I have improved.
Oh my god, that was so that was awesome.
Fix that wall there.
I was so bad at that wall, dude.
It said I had 94 when I finished that, but don't worry. 10 from the armor. Made sure to keep it.
Oh, cool, perfect.
Yeah. Routed in that armor just to make sure my entire power egg route works. So right now, I'm going to unlock Seekers. Seekers are probably one of the most interesting subs just because they paint a straight line of ink in front of you, and very useful for long sections, but they also have a delay to when you're throwing them, so it's kind of a risk reward. But instead of doing that, I want to show something funky.
Okay.
Something that you may have seen before.
Yes. Oh, can you do it from here?
You can, I just missed that jump. So, I Unfortunately, there's nothing actually practical and useful about this. If it was, we would save like 8 minutes, but okay,
Right.
missed the
Well,
joke
so
there.
we'll see this. We'll basically see a trick that's almost exactly this happening later that is useful.
Yes.
So this is related to World Force Kit. Basically, like,
Okay, I'm missing this jump a lot.
that's okay. So those lights there, like, that's like a barrier that wants to push you off. Like,
Yeah,
it does not
I'll
want you
show.
to continue. That is what is blocking you. Yeah, that's what's blocking you from going to the next world section. So, you know, we're in World 1, you know. So getting up. Oh, there you go. Okay, so you got on. But it's like, how wide is the ledge? It's like 2 pixels wide or something?
For actual World Force Skip, it'll be 3 pixels, but
3 pixels. Okay. So yeah, you have like
So
just a teeny amount of space.
this one's
Oh.
interesting. So you can actually get inside the world barrier for World 1. The
Whoa.
only problem, you can't actually activate this rail. If you could, you would save minutes in this speedrun, and it would be beautiful.
Whoa! I never realized you could get in this.
No.
In the first one.
It's actually possible in multiple of these throughout the entire series. I know in Splatoon 2, the World 3 barrier can do the same thing, but none of them are
Awesome.
actually useful. They deactivate the objects while it's inside of it, which is super unfortunate.
So we have a question that says, does he play PvP as well, and does the speedrunning help besides the movement?
I play PvP almost never, and
But yes, it can help. It absolutely can.
It
your
does
speedrunning
help.
skills.
but I don't know. It's kind of limited, from what I've heard.
Yeah,
But
it will help with certain things.
your movement
but
will get
still-
good, but
Yes.
your aim might not.
Yeah. So you can see that he got his sub weapon that he needed for this, and that like.
Yeah. The stage
It's
has
like
lots
little-
of long sections that have a ton of
Yeah.
enemy ink, so I'll just be throwing seekers to get through all of this.
Yeah. Yep, that's useful there. Yeah, we just have like a bit of time before again, like the prime content for the show really comes into
Yeah.
play. But yeah, as he's going along, like you can see just like I mean, it's just like such fun movement.
Splatoon
quick-
series movement has like entirely captivated me. I just love doing this.
Yeah. It's just a quick feeling run. Like you never feel like you're being stuck, like you have to wait a long time. It's literally just like the beginning of the game. And then
Yeah.
otherwise you're going, which is super fun.
There's a couple of glitches in World 2 that I want to do as well, and out of bounds
Awesome.
as well. It'll be very interesting. I don't think people have seen it before.
Okay, dude, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's the first boss that we get to see in the game.
Oh, I should have shown it outside the level. Let's just do that first,
Good
actually.
deal.
So,
Yeah, no worries. I know, isn't it nice to have the time?
I don't want to do it, actually, in front of the boss. So, there's a glitch in this game. When you're shooting your weapon and you switch the sub, you fire 1 extra shot every time you do it. So,
So yeah, show the difference again.
this is
It
what...
was like a regular.
This is what a normal regular shot looks like. That's what me trying to
Okay.
RFG looks like.
Yeah.
It's called rapid fire glitch. I'll be calling it RFG a lot. It's a
Okay.
little more difficult with 2 different sub weapons. Once I get a 3rd, I'll be able to do it super quickly.
Yeah.
but just-
So we basically have to mash going back and forth between the D. So you can see it in the corner, like
Yeah.
on the D-pad. Mashing going
There's
back
actually-
and forth. It's great.
Yeah, there's a few different ways that you can do it. A little hard to do when I'm raising my gamepad like this. I know some
Yeah.
people put their thumb in between the D-pad and go back and forth. I know T-Boy goes up on the D-pad instead. I go with 2 fingers and then vibrate my arm.
Okay. Vibration, seriously.
Yeah, like my arm goes crazy in Octavia. You wouldn't believe. It goes fast. And this will be our first boss, Octostamp. It's gonna make a flashy introduction to everything that I can't skip the cutscenes for.
You know, different styles of boss. It's like, hey, you need to like move up his little plates on his side to get.
Yep.
Every time you just have to like explode their little tentacle.
Yeah, there's gonna be a tentacle on
gonna
top
try
of
to-
the boss, so I just gotta...
Tries to smush you, but having that, having the rapid fire glitch makes these bosses like as soon as you get near the tentacle within range, it makes
Yeah.
it so much faster.
There's gonna be some points, especially on the 3rd boss, because you don't have to do a whole lot of climbing or anything, that rapid fire glitch just looks insane.
So this is so fun.
I really don't like me and Octostamp. We don't get along myself because you can do like a little dance in phase 3. And these platforms that are on the side in this phase, they're actually moving. So if he does this little dance, which I hope he doesn't do. Oh, no, he didn't. Then these platforms will be in bad spots and it's harder to climb them.
Right, exactly. So yeah, he's got to like be aware of, you know, where those are and make sure he can get it on one side.
Yep. Trying to get proper cycles and everything. Make sure I actually can make everything I want to.
RFG is awesome. Agreed.
Yes. Fantastic. Dodge the scroll there. Don't pull that one at any percent. This isn't an all scrolls run, Ginger.
Yeah, correct. You don't want to... Yeah, those are just like, it's just optional collectibles.
Yeah.
It's really the only thing you can do to get like 100% without being like max percent. Like that's...
Yeah. Like true 100% is not a fun category. Would not recommend. But
Yeah,
all
for
scrolls
sure.
is cool.
Yeah,
It's-
just 200%. You just have to collect more of the
You have to farm power eggs for like an hour.
the power eggs. Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about a theoretical skip first, actually. So,
Cool.
note something right here. These blocks that are up here, that's World 4. And the thing is, on that block in front of me, that's where level 18 is. So, if you were able to get a bomb up there, you would be able to unlock it, right? Well, people have actually done that. It's just the thing is, we're not close enough to loading in that kettle. So if we could get close enough to load in that kettle and get a bomb up there,
Oh.
we would skip World 2 and
skip.
3 just like that.
Because then you do World 4 skip.
Yeah, you would essentially do World 1, World 4 skip, go to World 5, and then the run would be over. It'd be under 30 minutes,
Oh my
if
goodness.
that was possible. Okay, you may have...
So there's...
Sorry,
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I was just going to say real quick to a chat question. We don't have specific timer estimates because this is more of like a showcase style of show.
Yep.
So it's not about like getting PBs here. It's about like explaining and showing off like the glitches in all these games that you see. It's a lot of times it's
yeah.
more of like a showcase exhibition style.
I just went out of bounds.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let
Kind
me
of
see
failed to
what's going
explain
on.
that one. But a lot of walls in Splatoon 1 are one-sided. So I basically took advantage of that by inking this whole side. These are all one-sided walls that you're just able to go through. And then you can go out of bounds right here. It doesn't have any actual utility, but it looks
Oh my
very
gosh,
weird.
you are out of bounds.
Yeah. This is all solid
How do you get
ground
back
right here.
in?
Pardon?
How do you get back in bounds? Can you just walk through it?
Yep.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
It looks like you shouldn't be able to go through here, but all these one-sided walls are just weird.
I need to try that.
Yeah. Just a fun little out of bounds. There's gonna be quite a few fun little out of bounds. Can't wait till I show one of them later because, oh geez. It's weird. It's funky.
Perfect. So yeah, so like he was saying, like as you can see, to get into each level, you have to like get enough ink on it to make them stop being invisible.
Yeah.
But the problem with the one that could be that huge skip is that like it hasn't loaded in yet. You said?
Yeah,
Like,
so
you
a
have to
lot
get
of
close enough
things
for it to
just,
load.
a lot of things in this game just don't load until you're really close to it. So we just can't even get that to work. We don't have the
Yeah,
distance
that's a
for
bummer.
it. If we did though, oh man, any percent would be a disaster, even more than it already is.
So you can see, yeah, like a lot of these are, since a lot of this is like cycles or, you know, global cycles, just knowing which side to be on to make sure that like you have a clear path and that
Yep.
enemies aren't going to stop you and try to shoot you, or little squeegees are going to try to get rid of your path there. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, you can hop on that bottom platform right there. It's actually lower down, but I kind of stopped at the start of the stage, so works
Right.
out. I know what cycle I'm roughly on and just how to
Yes.
adapt to it, so we're good.
So that's like the first part of this game. There's a lot of little jumps and cycles.
Yep. Something interesting that I'd like to explain here, actually. So we got these 4 twinicles back here, and a lot of new runners will get here on like worse cycles, and one of the twinicles won't get popped by this balloon. So what you can do, once you land here, I'm gonna wait for this guy to pass. I can throw a seeker forward, and that'll scare that twinicle in front of me. Then I can go right past him, he won't shoot me, and I get to the end. So that could be really useful if you're not
What?
as good at the cycles, and that's actually required in all scrolls because your cycle's just not great for that category.
Yeah, that doesn't seem great.
I'm gonna
I'm
unlock
looking at
level
questions
5 here.
chat.
Okay, go ahead. Unlock a couple levels now. I'm just gonna play level 4.
Perfect. There's something about if it's a current patch or an old one.
I'm playing on the 1.0 patch right now. You can play on the latest patch. The only difference is that it's 4 seconds slower, but
Okay.
the squeegees are also a lot slower on the latest patch because they released this game with single player. They realized, wait, these squeegees are way too fast and people are complaining. We gotta change this. But
They made them easier.
they made it easier, yes. But you're also losing a slight amount of time to loads. So it's actually kind of a risk reward. A lot of
Oh,
people will start
interesting.
out on latest, but I've gotten used to super fast squeegees, so I like 1.0 now.
Right. Okay. So you're playing on 1.0. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna do something here called geyser jumps. So each of these geysers right here. Okay, audio. Each of these geysers, when you put a shot onto it, it'll rise up. And all of that forward momentum, or that upward momentum, I should say, can actually let you go up to these mesh things above you while jumping off. So I can jump off really early, or I can do that, sure, why not?
It's too early, but you.
There we go. You can jump off early and get through these mesh parts. And it kind of matters here because you can hop off that a lot earlier and save like a full second. Which is a cool little corner
For
cut.
sure. Also, yes, Octo expansion is awesome. Have you done Octo expansion runs?
Yeah, I'm 8th in OE 80% right now. It's all right.
There you go. Octo expansion is also really fun. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, these are more tutorial modes. Like a lot of anything that's like a multiplayer-based game that has such a, you know, a single-player mode is supposed to be on the easier side in some aspects. But I feel like Octo expansion.
They made
is
Octo
like,
expansion hard. Yeah.
They're like, here's challenge mode for you
Yeah.
if you want it, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
So I'm gonna do something here called Octoling glitch.
Oh, this one's great.
Yeah, so Octolings and Inklings share a lot of the same player data in this game. So what happens is that an Octoling is going to go through the jump pad, or the jump path of the Zapfish. I'm gonna throw a bomb at the Zapfish to open it, and the Octoling is gonna go right through that path and activate the Zapfish for me. So I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
touch the Zapfish at the end, and I'm gonna finish the stage. It's gonna look really weird.
It's super cool. If it's confusing, we can always re-explain as well.
Yep.
But this is one of my favorite levels because of that.
I'll just show this off, and if someone wants it redone, why not? Yep. The Octoling went straight through that jump path, and then I could just throw a bomb at
You
it,
could
and it'll
just do it
activate it
with
for
a
me.
splat bomb instead of a special.
Yeah, you don't need an Inksuka for that.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that was like, that's like a more recent thing. Well, like 2017, but
Okay, if anybody needs a re-explanation, let us know.
yeah, for sure.
Because it's really fast.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's a super fast stage. All of the Octoling stages in this game are very small, so they all only take
Yes.
like 20 seconds each.
Well, yeah, because they're all based on the actual multiplayer map.
Yep. And they're all the 1.0 versions of those maps, so they're already tiny.
Yeah.
Even in the latest patch, they already have all the
Yes.
small maps.
Correct.
Yep.
So this is like a replicate. This is a replica of the like intro.
This is the intro, yeah. There's an Octo Striker at the end, and he's trying to fire ink strikes on me. Thing is, when I'm in my ink most of the time, the Octo Striker doesn't even know where I am, so I'm kind of just free to move throughout this stage.
Yeah, as long as you stay hidden, he can't really track you.
Yep. Okay, I missed that snap, but we're good. And something I can do. Pardon?
I used to run this game. Somebody asked.
Yeah. He's fairly old too, yeah. I threw a bomb over there, so the Octo Striker got scared of it, started running away from me, and then I could get it with my hero shot without it trying to flee, which just makes that a lot
Yeah.
easier.
You like trick it to going the wrong way.
Yep. Doing a lot of that.
So for those who are asking, I'm wondering. I mean, they haven't asked in chat, but it makes me think. For people who like motion controls versus stick controls, like what do you use and what do you think is more effective for a run?
Well, for a run, motion controls are always going to be superior just because you can like snap onto things. There are a few people that do run stick controls over like anything else. I know one of my Splatoon 2 friends, Joiner, only uses stick controls and has a really good time in Splat 2 NG+, but if you're learning this game, please use motion. Don't make me convince you to actually come over to the
Yeah.
good side.
Yeah, I mean, you can just literally get, face what you need to face faster.
Yeah. Everything's a
Yeah.
lot quicker. Aiming is just so much better with motion. This is the first stage.
Agreed.
I unlocked burst bombs before going into the stage, and this is the first stage with fans. The thing about fans, I throw a burst bomb at them, and they're instantly at full speed instead of having a bit of a startup. So
Yeah. So unlike the first style of bomb that he got, this is like a little bit less of an impact, but it explodes immediately.
exactly, yep.
Yeah.
So they'll be very useful just for like platforming over anything. Not as useful in a fight, but they're gonna be probably the best bomb we have.
Yeah, for sponges as well later.
Oh yeah, that's next stage.
Oh, that's God. That's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't even need to activate that fan. You can just jump right to it. There's a lot of, again,
Yeah.
this game is like so much movement. It's fantastic.
It's just almost an entirely movement-based game. There's these fans that are right here. I kind of just glossed over the one that was back there. But you need to hit this fan 3 times for it to be in the right spot. So you could tap it like the amount of times that you want. That does work. But you could also hold down ZR to get 3 hits and then snap up like that to save a little bit of time.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I just use the burst bomb to get that one to activate instantly, and we're good.
Yep.
Levels so far have been pretty linear, but we're almost at World 3. We're almost there.
Right, yeah, and then we'll get into like the meat of the glitch content.
Yep. The first 2 stages in World 3, oh, you all aren't ready. You're not ready. This is gonna be, like you said, first stage was sponges, so you throw a burst bomb at its sponge and it'll activate and fill it up instantly.
Yes. Yeah, and you have to, it's very, very helpful because you can often like, if enemies don't see you, it's really helpful because, I mean, obviously if they shoot at the sponge, it'll be their color instead, so it'll
Yeah,
shrink
it'll
your
shrink
sponge,
it.
and then you're often, yeah, you can like miss jumps and stuff that you should be able to make.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get either of these octoballs. Octoballs are probably like the most annoying enemy in this game. Sometimes you can get them instantly, sometimes they'll just bounce around. Please don't hit me. Okay. Woo.
Yeah.
That bomber was out for me.
Yeah, see, they're trying to get you, but yeah, it's just annoying mostly for the sponges. But yeah, this is why burst bombs are useful because they recharge faster because they require less aim.
Yeah. It's only, I think you could throw, how many can you throw on a base tank? It's 2. Okay, so it's about 50%
Yes.
of your tank.
Oh, I think it's less than 50 actually.
Maybe like slightly less, but
Yeah.
I know
It is.
it's because
yeah.
we're on a level 1 tank. It's not 25%. When you get
Yeah, I know
a lot
it's
better
just
tank.
you have a little bit of ink left if you throw 2, but it's
prob-
not enough to throw 3rd for sure.
Yeah. So that's all the stages in World 2. Now we just have the boss. That level 5 was actually merciful, forgiving. I didn't get sponge glitch there, which I hope I'll never have to see again.
Wait, what's the sponge glitch?
So there's this weird thing. When you throw a burst bomb at a sponge, there's around a 5% chance that the burst bomb will just disappear. It'll just do nothing on the sponge. And that,
That's super weird.
yeah, it can just kill you at random points too, especially when
So
doing
those-
that end section. If you get burst bomb glitch, most of the time you'll just fall and die. So
Right, because you're trying to jump in
Yeah.
the middle of it.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's good. Those are the glitches we don't really want to see
Yeah.
on the show.
That just adds more to the micro RNG that you can find in this game. So sometimes you just drop a run in world, or you just drop a run to level 5. There's not much you can do about it. It happens.
Right.
I can do
you
RFGs
don't
a
even
lot
have to
faster now
climb.
just because I have all 3 subs. So
Yes. Super useful. You don't even have to climb this enemy
Nope.
in order to get the tentacle. You can reach and then yeah, you just like throw a splat bomb like you did and then
Yeah.
or like
actually, I have something pretty interesting to point out and like how you can optimize this yourself. So what I am going to, you can RFG the last one, and when I throw this bomb, if you throw and try to shoot the Cinder Tentacle at one of these corners, you're actually further away from Nozzle. So if you're on one of the straight parts, you're just closer to the boss in general. So you can actually land your RFG shots a lot easier.
Oh, so just don't be on a corner.
Yeah, it's kind of like an angle thing, and just like those angles are slightly further away. So
Oh, that's cool. I did not know that.
it's just a small little optimization. Definitely helps out a bit. There's a lot of small little optimizations in this game. That's kind of everything that how you save a bunch of time.
Right. Again, with something that has this much movement.
Yeah. Okay, and that's Octonauts in World 2. Now we get to the fun part.
Uh-huh. I know. So what I've been waiting for.
Yeah. So next up is going to be level 10. I'm going to do a normal playthrough of level 10 first and just explain how it's supposed to work. And then I'll talk about a little bit of the history of what happened in May this year.
Okay.
Because some stuff went down. Got some glitch hunters on this end. But yeah, let's go through the stage normally first, and we'll just see what skipping anything in that stage would even do in the first place. Might as well. It's kind of a shame that a lot of level 10 gets skipped just because it's actually a really interesting stage in the first place with cool movement, but oh well. Skips are skips, we need them. I need my time save.
Yeah, so what's the first thing we're gonna see here then?
I'll talk about the history and like how this trick got found as I go through the first time through the stage, I guess. But
Okay.
so I'll just point this out right now. You see this metal object over here? This thing that's got like it's a whole circular shape. The thing about that is that you're actually super close to being able to make that with a normal jump. When you just jump over there normally, you're fairly close to being able to make that. But the thing is, we didn't realize that this twinticle could help us for a really long time. And a talented glitch hunter named Messiah put the two pieces together, like in May of this year, and discovered a skip for it. But I'll just show how much this skip even saves in the first place.
Okay.
So going through level 10, it's got a ton of different rails as you go through it, and it's one of the longer levels in this game overall. But it also does have cool movement with like ink rail climbing up.
Right,
This
yeah,
flash
which is
snap.
fun there. Are there any other skips that were found previously for this level?
There was nothing else for this level until May of this year. How I am
Right.
playing it right now is how people would play this level.
Right.
Yeah. And at this end section, this part's cool. Take out the one enemy and then start snapping Zuka shots.
Oh yeah, this is Future Agent 3 from
Yeah.
Splatoon 2, yeah.
So
Totally.
this takes us to the final checkpoint and where that metal piece is. And then you would go down this rail to the end. But what if you could skip all of that? What if none of that was required now? That's what Messiah found, and he originally showed this to Fuyu Nico, who is the best GP runner for this game right now, at least. So it ended up being called Fuyo Skip, which is a really bad misconception because like Messiah found this in the first place. But you can damage boost over to here after sub-strafing on the edge of that. Use a couple of shots to damage boost. And all of this is solid, so you can jump over to this point, throw a burst bomb, and would you look at that? We're at the final checkpoint. So from here,
Oh my
you don't
God.
even have to go to that checkpoint. You can just hop down to this rail, and that's where the end of the stage is.
And they're doing the stage.
Yeah. I kind of want to do it one more time to explain
Yeah, please.
exactly how I did it. But that skip, if you do it optimally, which I don't, I do like an extra cycle just to make it more consistent. Optimally, that skip saves 55 seconds on the run and is the reason a lot of people got into Splatoon 1 this year. So I hopped on top of that platform and I aggroed that twinticle over to me. Now I'm gonna hop back to this corner. So the twinticle comes back. I hold out a sub. Okay, I missed it there. But I hold out a sub.
I think they missed you.
So I'm gonna lure this Twinticle over to the corner, hold out a sub so I can sub strafe, and then if I jump at the right time, okay. This trick is not 100%. Like, I think it's around a coin flip that you actually pull this in a run. Considering the next trick, that's pretty good odds, but
I think it's still worth a few attempts because you still save a lot of time.
I think you can do this trick, I believe, 3 times and not lose anytime. I think on the 4th attempt you go even. So you'll just throw a burst bomb at that rail, and then you can just go to the end of the stage.
That's awesome.
That is single-handedly like the biggest skip we found in Splatoon 1 since World 4 skip. So absolutely massive. That's definitely the reason I got into this in the first place.
Was from the skip?
This skip made me realize, like, oh hey, I could get really good at this category using this. This world record's super beatable now. Let's do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then we'll go to level 12, and if you thought Messiah was done in level 10, oh, I got news for you. So this is level 12. It's got a bunch of flutters. Flutters are these enemies that put a shower of ink down that you can't actually pass through. So you generally have to respect their distance.
Yes, they will destroy you.
Yes, exactly. So we can do some jumps around them, but they're not exactly our friends.
Annoying. Right, yeah, so you have to like be on an edge and then you can get around them like that.
Yeah, you can't go through them at all unless you have a special, like a bubbler to do it. So before I get to this next skip, fun fact, this wall back here doesn't have, there's no wall. So you can actually just jump back there.
Another one I never knew, okay.
Another out of bounds, yeah, just under the ramp, the ultimate hide and seek location. Okay, I'll stop messing around. So Messiah skip. Messiah found another skip 3 days later after finding Fuyo skip, and this one involves this little metal piece right here. This has collision on it. So if you're able to jump off of this, then you might be able to get up onto the fence, right? And so what would that skip? All of this section down here. Can I
like get the key?
Can I avoid this checkpoint? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hit that. I still want to show this trick.
Key in the corner.
Ooh, don't shoot me! Okay, fine. You would grab this key in the corner, and this would take you up to this top section. So, well, it's not like a massive level skip. That's still a fairly decent chunk of the stage, right? So, what Messiah discovered is that there's like corners to all of this little ledge right here. And in this corner, if you jump off one of them, you get a ton of extra height, something like that. So if you align yourself correctly and jump super specifically, you can actually get a really big jump off of this. The only problem is that no one in full game goes for this besides Movefish. That, oh god, no.
Oh, that was close! Let's go. You got it.
Yeah.
You have to like ramp exactly off of this.
Yeah. Not quite. It's kind of, I don't think it's quite pixel or frame perfect, but it's nearly.
Right.
It's
Take
getting
your time. I want to see it.
Yeah.
We have the time.
There's 2 different setups as well. I'm kind of doing what most people consider the harder setup, but I'm way more comfortable with it for some reason. So I'll show the other setup once I actually get this again as well. Okay. Ah!
Oh, that was close.
I caught the jump there too. No. So yeah, most people, especially if you're ever starting out, please don't go for Messiah. I don't go for Messiah in my own runs, so that says a lot about the trick. Only Movefish goes for it. His consistency rate isn't that good either, so... I'm dropping it a bit. Maybe I'll try the other setup right now, so I'll show this as well. So, what Movefish discovered is that if you break these 2 boxes and take out the enemies, you could jump off of one of these corners, and there's less distance to get up to here. The thing about that is you kind of have to change your angle to actually hit this corner. So, No! So close. It's still tricky, regardless of
Yeah.
what setup you're doing. And it's kind of an IL only strat for the most part, but
Right.
it's kind of something that we're getting to the point where you need this in full game right away. So that was the highest jump I've ever seen. What was that?
That was so good.
I don't know why that one's so high. Must have hit like the perfect pixel or something. I don't know. I want to
Go back to
pull
your
this
strat.
at least once. There we go. So
Oh, look.
I hopped up onto this fence, and all of this has collision up here because you can still get there from over there. I also need to move very carefully here, or these two twiticles are going to destroy me. So, bye, friends. You aggroed too early. Hey, I'm like over here. Why are you still on? There you go. Turn around.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they still
Turn
see you. What?
around. Come on. There we go. So, by doing a couple of careful jumps, that jump's actually scarier than it looks because you can easily just fall down, especially if you get shot there. So, you can like strafe around that part, and then that's Messiah skip. That one
super
only
cool.
saves about 12 seconds if you get
If
it
you get
first
it first try.
but that requires getting it first try. So,
Right.
easier said than done.
We can try it once, and if you don't do it, then you lost like maybe.
It's about
3 seconds.
3 seconds per attempt. So you really have 4 attempts to get it in an actual run to save time.
Yeah.
And I think Moofish's current world record either gets it 3rd or 4th try. He hardly saves time with Messiah in the first place, but that's what it is.
Yep.
Even the world
I mean,
record
you
holder
know-
struggles with it. That just tells you
Right.
how hard it is
And
as a
there-
trick.
Yeah, and there may be things like that are found over time that make it easier, even to just
Yeah.
like line up like little things that you can do.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
This is another Octoling stage through Blackbelly Skate Park. And this Blackbelly Skate Park
Yeah.
is tiny, so
Yep. 'cause
I'm
again,
just going through here.
Another multiplayer map. Yeah, all you have to do is get to
I
the.
almost died there.
Yep. There's that bit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The IL for that stage is like 15 seconds. Super fast.
That's awesome. Yeah, again, some of these are really, really quick.
Yep. I'm gonna go through the next stage. And there's 2 different paths that you can go here. One of them everyone goes for, the other one only a couple of people do. And I just learned about it recently, so.
Okay. So are we gonna see both?
Yep. First things first, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go for box jump. This is kind of the standard, what most players will go for.
I know what this one is. Yeah.
Yep. In a run sense. So you'll hop on
Looking
top of
back
this
when I would
box,
play.
and
And then you can skip up to the wall there. Yeah.
yeah. So what that does is, once you get up onto this wall and get over here, you don't have to walk across this really long grate that's over there. Where's that ink strike? Oh, okay. I don't
Oh
have
my
heart right now. I'm just trying to show stuff off, Striker. Calm down.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I want to see the other skip as well.
Yeah. I'm just gonna finish up the stage and then I'll go through it again.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool though. I didn't realize there was something newer than the box skip.
Yeah.
So you have to like get that box thing on the basically on the first try to land on the box.
Yeah. If you don't, your runs, you lose like 10, 15 seconds. I know
Right.
Hydrus, another super talented runner, and actually my inspiration for getting into this game, had a 50-47 in any percent, which was the world record when he got it, and he missed that. He just played so perfectly throughout the other parts of the run that he still got world record with it. Because that's the Hydrus.
Yeah. It's cool though. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's
So instead of going through the right side, this time I'm gonna go through the left side and go for something called geyser jump.
okay?
I'm gonna hop off of this geyser. Timing's really tricky, so I don't really expect to get it first try. Okay, you're in the way. Oh, got it! By using the geyser there, you can actually just barely get up onto that platform, and that's a couple seconds faster than doing box jump. So, as any percent gets
That
more
was really
optimized,
cool.
I think that's getting routed in.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm getting more comfortable with it too, so I'll probably start using it when I go back.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Timing on that's super tricky though. Surprised I got it first try. Let's go.
I know, right? Guys are drunk. Sweet.
Okay. Next up, level 13. This is another global cycle stage, and this one I think every newer player struggles with. This is like super hard movement throughout the entire stage. And it's probably one of the reasons World 3 ends up being a reset point for almost everyone. So
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Like back years ago when it was like first year of it being ran, it was like, you know, there's like the cycle 1 skip, and it was like, you know, somebody found a faster one, so it was like cycle 0.
yeah.
You know?
Apparently what I'm doing is called cycle
one.
0. I didn't know. Yeah, you can,
Yes.
by throwing 2 burst bombs at that wall, I shouldn't wait here, I gotta go, but by throwing 2
Yeah.
burst bombs at that wall, you can climb up that instead. And then, as that
Yeah,
moves,
do this
I'm going to
whole-
hop up here. I should probably do that a lot slower, but essentially what I did up that wall, I burst bombed the wall, I climbed up, one-tapped my foot, just so I have ink to jump out of, and then I jumped towards this wall and threw a burst bomb.
Through burst bomb on the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is super complex. That movement is really tricky. And if you're like just
Yes.
fast enough through the stage, there's like an even faster cycle you can grab at the end. But
Yes, technically, it's wild.
this is probably like one of the hardest stages to get consistently. That copter was almost in my way. Fool. I'm gone.
Yeah, so this is a very tricky cycle one. There's one more that has a really, really tight cycle window, that I can think of, at least.
I'm blanking
I
on what
think-
it is. Maybe 24. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got like the kind of like the windmill. Like,
Windmills?
The windmills
Oh,
on
windmills
the ground.
24. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I know that one. I could show how that cycle's actually super consistent, but tough starting out. I struggled with that level for probably like the first month that I was doing 80%.
Wow, I've never just jumped over the middle of that. Cool.
Yeah, you
So
can,
this level's all about like invisible platforms.
yes,
You know?
so this level is all filled with invisible paths, and you have a small fight section at the start, no big deal, but then we're gonna do a lot of invisible paths start at the start, and can I hit the fast move in here? Nope, you were in my way. If that twinicle's not in your way, you can basically just tap your feet on each different part of that turnaround right there and go through it super quickly.
That's cool.
And then I take out these first 2. I could throw a seeker for like a half-second optimization with that little one.
So when you say tap feet again, like, can you explain that for people? Like, I feel like I never got it like a
Pardon?
super explanation. Tapping your feet?
Oh, when I one tap on my foot, where it's just like I have a little bit of ink that I can go through, right?
Oh, you're literally just tapping your
Yeah,
hero
like
shot
I
down,
am
straight down.
pressing ZR
Got it,
once, just so I have something that I can gain speed out of. That's kind of all that
Got
means.
it.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah.
It's just good to like have the idea of what's going on. Especially, hey, if anybody's watching this right now and you're like, this looks really cool, this could be a cool run, like, go for it.
Yes,
Any speed game community is going to be happy to have new people.
exactly.
and-
I'm hoping
yeah.
that some people will be inspired by this and try out their own Splatoon 1 speedruns themselves, and speedrun.com/Splatoon, all I'm saying. There's a Discord server and everything. We'll get there though.
Super fun game.
Yeah. But yeah, this is all an invisible path section. This is Usain Bolt the squeegee. He likes to chase after me. That's 1.0 squeegees for you. I've nicknamed that one Usain Bolt because he likes to take my paths away.
Yeah, I mean, squeegees can be pretty annoying for people just starting out as well.
Yeah. It's
They're
just,
not used to the like pathing or tricking around them.
all of this is invisible paths as well. So I'm essentially just making sure I have a forward path. You could just go basically down the center to make that work. Kind of show where all the paths are, but that's a lot of tentacles. But going down the center, I'm kind of just like going right slightly and making sure I get onto these different blocks.
Yeah, so you're kind of going sort of underneath them as they're spawning.
Yeah, as they're spawning, I'm just like trying to get past them before they all aggro onto me and make my day bad. Because
Right,
there's
right.
9 of them that you have to pass through here, so it's pretty
Invisible,
sketchy.
no, invisible walls are not one-sided. They're blocks.
They're actual blocks, yeah.
Yeah, like they're just blocks that they look invisible in the game.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Actual invisible walls are only with out of bounds.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are one-sided yet.
Yep. There's kind of a weird thing that goes on with this unlock right here. So what I can do, I could throw a burst bomb onto that rail from here. Or if you're a little safer, you could try to get a bit closer, but something like that is a little bit of a corner cut hopping off that rail and saves a couple of seconds. But if you fall down, you lose 7. So risk reward.
It's fun to get though. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is Octowhirl, and this boss is basically an auto-scroller with extra steps.
Yes. Yeah, this is not one of my favorites. We have one of the bigger skips of the game coming up. We're going to be taking a quick break in between.
Yeah.
And we are going to see some Splatoon 2 today as well,
Yeah.
right?
I've got some Splatoon
really
2
cool.
stuff to do after as well.
So yeah, so we get to see some from both games, which is awesome. Splatoon 2 will be more of, I assume, it's more of like a showcase.
Splatoon 2 is just a showcase, yeah. There's a lot less to Splatoon 2 that's like inherently buggy. So
Right,
Splatoon 1 is the far more broken game overall.
right. Yeah, so the goal of this boss is just trapping it in a pool of your ink and then
Do some rapid fire glitch to quickly take down the tentacle. Yeah. There's also one more glitch I'm gonna do before I even get to World 4 skip that I think it's gonna be very funny.
Perfect.
But this fight's super simple. Like, snooze fast, Octowhirl, come here, pretty please. RT the tentacle, goodbye. And it's just like, oh no, phase 3. What's Octowhirl gonna do? There's a lack of pathing. What am I gonna do about this fight?
Yeah. Oh no, they go in different directions.
Oh no, it's spinning. There's a lack of pathing, even though just walking backwards gives you the perfect path. Oh.
Yep. You know, again, first-time players aren't always gonna realize.
That's true. That's true.
There's a Splatoon too.
And yeah, that's World 3.
Yep.
Tons of new glitches to do. And if you ever want to get into this, definitely try out Fuyo Skip, but don't do Messiah.
Right, yes.
Messiah's bad. I don't like that trick.
Just very difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, the more consistent the runs get, the more you'll have to work those in.
Yeah. I'm not excited to put Messiah in my 80% attempts, but it's coming up soon. But yeah, that is World 3.
Awesome. It's super cool to watch. I love it. I love like being able to revisit like a game that I have also had experience running and
Yeah.
you know, see the things that have changed and what's been adapted and what's been added. It's really, really cool.
There's probably some stuff that you definitely know about, but a lot of that World 3,
Yes.
very new.
A lot of that was new. And there's like some little movement tech that's been new as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's World 4. We're not gonna, well, you're gonna do some stuff in World 4 even though we're gonna skip it.
Yeah. There's actually a couple levels that I need to open right now, so.
Yeah. So basically, like where he put that speaker with that diagonal path, that's going toward the barrier that is supposed to be keeping you from getting to level 5 to World 5. But as you can see, there are those like blocks that are right there that are like super accessible right next to it.
We'll get there.
So we have World 4 skip, which is like really similar to what you saw at the beginning of the run, where he was like showing off that, showing off the. Like being able to get on that like little pixel edge of the barrier from the first world.
Except you can actually use that to be useful.
Yes,
Before
except
I
you can
do
actually-
any of that World 4 skip though, I'm gonna just crank through level 16 right now. This first playthrough of level 16, there is nothing of interest here, but I'm gonna come back here a little later to do something very interesting. I just have to clear the level first.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just to get through it, and then something cooler can happen.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
But as I go through this movement right now, I'm all scrolls muscle memory. Do not let me down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so for anybody who speedruns any percent of Splatoon 1, we don't know how to play World 4.
Yeah, when I
all.
got into World 4 and saw it for the first time, I basically considered it a ROM hack. That's all I felt when I was playing it for the first time. It's just
it
like,
basically just doesn't exist
Yeah.
for speedrunners. Unless you're doing all scrolls.
all scrolls or NG+. That's like the only
Or
categories
NG+.
you would even remotely care about.
Right, whereas this
World
is,
4.
you know, any percent is definitely the most popular
Yep,
for this game.
extremely
Not every game
optimized.
has any percent being its biggest category.
Yeah, this 80% is super cool though. So
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
set up a bomb there. I'm not really worried about explaining this World 4 because this isn't even any percent right now. This is side content.
Right, exactly. Again, like anything that's fun that's coming up is stuff we're gonna want to see.
Yeah.
Before we shut it off, do you want to just get up and take a quick stretch, or do you want to do it after?
Oh, let's do that right now. Sounds good.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, we're getting some frequencies coming in from the radio. They're trying to have like their little tiny bit of story that's going on.
Oh yeah. Hitting at some frequencies and I can't read the language.
Right.
It's just like what's going on
exactly.
through the radio. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's happening. It's fine. So,
Yeah.
so we will be back in just a few. We like to take wellness breaks, and we just wanted to make sure we had one at a good time.
Yeah.
So that when we get back from this, we can just go into the second half to where we can see the rest of this run, as well as the awesome Splatoon 2 content. So you're gonna see like more little skips and glitches coming up, which is great. But yeah, always good to be able to get up and stretch.
Yeah.
Also a good time to mention, if you are watching this on YouTube right now, you can head over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to check out the live shows, which is pretty cool. Or if you're watching us live, you can go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick to check out all of the runs and all of the other hotfix shows. Hotfix shows are happening all the time. Like Monday at 7 is going to be the next one. We have the community spotlight, and that is running a Flame Fatale preview episode featuring a selection of talented women speedrunners, including some runs that didn't make it into the Flame Fatale schedule. So
I'm gonna go
that's
get water.
gonna be really cool. Yeah, really, really awesome. Awesome preview of that content. I'll be involved in that too, because you know, just women involved in speedrunning. It's great. So that'll be super fun. But all kinds of great stuff like that. There's tons of GDQ content to watch and check out. And Talon will be back with us in just a few, and we're going to be doing some more Splatoon. So yeah, please stick around. If you are enjoying it so far, you are going to definitely enjoy the next half of this. So thank you so much for being here. We will be back in just a few. Hey everyone, we are back and ready to get into the next section of Splatoon. We still have the last, well, world and a bit more left of this game. Plus, we get to see some of the cool like skips and things that you could see in Splatoon 2 as well. So glad you're all here with us tonight. Talon, hello and welcome back.
y'all.
And whenever you're ready, like tell us. We have a little bit of a different screen up right now. Tell us what's going on.
So
And feel free to count down again whenever you're ready to go
counting down? Okay.
for the run.
All right, sure. 3, 2, 1, go. So what's going on right now? I'm in front of the amiibo screen right now, and I have this amiibo with me, Squid Girl. I'm gonna tap the sucker in. So you're probably wondering, well, why did I just play through level 16? That's World 4. You skipped that. Why would you do that? I'm gonna go to level 16 in amiibo. And it's gonna get weird.
Okay.
So I specifically need the charger for what I'm going to do in this stage. I tried to make this doable with the Splat Bomb for the longest time. It's just like, it's not happening. But I know this works with the charger, so. Only problem is that this is Splatoon 1 charger. This thing can't ink to save itself, so movement is so slow. This is painful to do right now. Like, what are these tap shot paths? Go away.
So why do you need a charger as opposed to like just using a speaker?
I'll show. I'm gonna take out these 3 bombers, and then all of these boxes. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fire 2 full shots at this fan. Line myself up in this corner. This is pretty precise. I don't expect to get it first try. Oh, okay then. Oh. So by using the wall, I can clip right through this block, and then precisely walk forward here. And now I'm really out of bounds.
This is really cool.
Very, very out of bounds.
This is what we like to see on this show.
Now
Oh
this is the Splatoon. That's the classic. So the reason this just looks so interesting is because one side of these walls is glass and the other side we just can't see. So you get like a really nice, weird view out of it, besides the invisible wall right there. But so you can just be out of bounds here. There's no actual practical use for this, but this trick is hilarious and I love it. But
We're just hanging out behind.
something else I found on my own today is that you can actually hang on these ledges here. Oh, I missed that jump. No, but same thing applies to that ledge as well. So you can actually just hang out on those back ledges, although the platforms have no collision. So
That's super duper cool though. Wild.
just random out of bounds stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I pressed restart.
my goodness.
Can't read the options.
Here we go. That's super cool.
That's probably one of the weirdest out of bounds things that I've found so far, but I've tried to do that with the splat bomb, but hitting that fan over is just basically impossible to get enough knockback.
Right. That's cool. I mean, it's super cool though. I mean, it's a bummer that there's no practicality with this in a run right now, but you never know. Like maybe there are other instances.
But
where you
hey,
can find, like,
it's weird.
Any kind of platform that you can push. You know, I guess like.
Okay, so enough fooling around. Like, let's get to what we actually got to show off here. So this is the World 4 barrier. And on the left side of the World 4 barrier, you can actually get a burst bomb here, just a lot harder. There's a 1 pixel gap on the left side in between you and the barrier. But the right side, there's a 3 pixel gap. So by inking this back wall and burst bombing there, you get a fairly decent path. And what I'm gonna do now, there are 4 different setups that I'd like to explain for anyone that wants to try World 4 Skip in the first place. So
So like as long as you are in the ink, like you are just that little bit right there.
You
right?
are
like,
a very small hitbox. You can get really far to the side here. So
right. So that's why you can fit under ink and not like as your kid form.
I think it's that a little bit, and also that this hitbox for the ground here just extends way further than it should. So
yeah.
What I'm gonna do, first off, I'm just gonna try to get up to the right of the front of this little L metal piece down here, and you can see that my cursor is just kind of barely touching it on the bottom. And my shooting reticle has 4 different diagonal lines. The bottom left one, I'm lined up with the wall. And what I need to do from here is jump forward and slightly tap left, which I don't really expect to get first try. Okay.
Oh, or first try. And he just skipped all of World 4.
Yeah, so that's a 13-minute time save.
Yeah.
Just a casual 13-minute time save, I know.
Again, like we said, you know, speedrunners of Splatoon 1 do not know what World 4 is like.
Yeah, this is the ROM hack world. Let's say goodbye to it.
Yeah.
But there's still 3 different setups you could try. That's the beginner setup, just because it's probably the easiest to learn. The second one is Hydra's setup that he made because he struggled with Moofish's setup that I'm also going to show. So on that metal L piece on the ground, there's like a very small bolt that's like kind of glimmering on the screen. I don't know if that's going to pick up on the capture card, but I can like just barely see it on my screen. And if I line up my left foot with it and try to straighten my camera, which you can check on the gamepad, and jump forward, you'll hit the pixels.
Oh, wow.
And then you can do World 4 Skip with that.
Wow. I'd say one of like the major, or not major, but like one of the problems with doing a skip that, like doing a jump that small is
Yeah.
that you have to make sure you remain straight.
Yeah.
Going along the box there until you can jump on the actual like.
Because the thing is, you can hit the
behind it.
pixel all you want, but if you can't keep your angle straight and you bump the barrier, you're just gonna get flung off. So
Yeah, it'll push you off.
yeah. The third
You can
one,
make it into that pixel ledge, but you can still get pushed off.
yes, very. So this third one, this is Movefish's setup. So this one puts your cursor kind of in the corner of where this metal piece is, and you walk forward a little bit to line up the left earpiece of your headgear with the corner of the pole. And with that, you jump forward. But jump a little further forward than what I did just there. This
Yeah.
one's kind of tricky just because you're on an angle here. So you kind of need a precise jump. And I'm not great at this one, honestly. That's what setup 4 is for.
Right, yeah, that's why you have like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
A bunch of different.
So
setup-
if you're
a
like
bunch of
struggling
things
with the
that you
setup on one day, you try another one. Ah, I clipped the barrier there.
Yeah, I got hit by the barrier.
Barrier clips will happen a lot. Another thing that can happen too if you're just too close to the barrier, especially with like Hydra's setup, that you'll just bounce off of it. Why are you not bouncing, you barrier? There you go. You can just get
Yeah.
bounced back like that. Okay. That is what Movefish's setup is. Although I personally don't like it. Setup number 4 though, my setup. I'm gonna line up the left piece of my headgear. There's like 4 different rods on this pole that are kind of small. And I'm lining up my left piece of headgear with the right one. Then I'm gonna line up my center cursor so that the middle dot is slightly right of this line on this little piece of geometry I'm looking at. Then I jump forward, I hit the pixel,
Nice.
and I do the World 4 skip. So there's a bunch of different methods that you can do. That's not even all of them. Those are just the ones that I know. I know there's probably like a dozen more that people try. So what's interesting though is that now that we're in World 5, the game thinks you're supposed to be in World 4 still. So any cutscene or text that's supposed to play here in the overworld doesn't happen because we're not in World 4. We're not completing World 4 levels.
Right.
But the thing is,
Yeah, definitely.
the thing is about that is that, well, how's Octavio gonna unlock the boss here? Luckily for us, if you complete all of the World 5 levels, even if you didn't do all the World 4 stuff, the Octavio, the last boss, will still unlock. So that's the
Yeah.
only reason all of this actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we'll go into 24.
Yeah, you basically, I mean, just World 5 just works as if World 4 just doesn't work,
Yeah.
which is great.
So now 24, this is another global cycle stage, which is simple for almost all of it until the final checkpoint. The final checkpoint
Yes.
is complex. There's
This
some
is the one I was talking about earlier that
probably trips you up, yeah.
yeah, it gives a lot of, especially like as you're learning this and getting better at this, there's a lot of people problems. Or just trying to stay on the fastest cycle.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of leeway. It's just the last jump we're gonna have to do in this stage is very tricky. You kind of have to make sure everything is properly inked, even if you have to slow down slightly to do it. Ooh, I kind of did this wrong. You're supposed to throw a splat on here, but kind of used too much ink. Don't be my face. Okay, bye. The shielded enemy really could have screwed up my pattern there. I have time. I can kind of wait for that moving platform because I have to wait for this anyway. You can get on this platform slightly earlier, but it doesn't matter because of a global cycle coming right up. So here's the deal. We're going through this last part. These 2 platforms are going to move forward. There's going to be a windmill in front of me, like a smaller windmill. I'm going to tap 2 shots and strafe around it. And then the platform that comes after it, I have to make sure the very end of it is inked. If the very end of it is not inked, you failed the next jump. And then I'm going to burst bomb onto the final windmill, and I should be able to make it. So I execute. I almost died there.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, I really screwed that up.
Aw.
I want to try it through that stage again and
Sure.
explain it while I'm not pause and not focusing on it. So,
Sure.
yeah. I screwed that up really bad. No one saw that. Close your eyes. You didn't see that one.
Well, again, like it's cycles on this can be harder than they seem.
Yeah.
You know, like working with global cycles in any level of a game can be tricky if you're not. I don't know if they're not always straightforward. And again, like with the kinds of RNG you can experience in this game, it's just like the little bits of it, you never know.
Yeah, that's why you have to be really careful, just making sure the end of that last platform is inked. Just because if you just do like a few shots, sometimes you'll get it just fine, sometimes you won't get it at all.
Yeah.
And then you drop that jump, you lose 15 seconds for falling down, and then it can be super, super punishing.
Right.
So this stage is hard. I struggled with this stage probably the most out of any stage when I was starting out, besides Octavio. But
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly because Octavia is such a long fight.
I'm gonna probably go through Octavio twice in this as well. Once to explain everything, and once just to go as fast as I can.
Okay.
Just so you can see how fast Octavio goes. Like, I'm gonna have to explain so much. The difference between beginners and experts on Octavio is like 2 minutes. It's crazy.
Yes. And a lot of that, well, a lot of the initial time save, you have a rapid fire glitch is very helpful.
Yeah, it's main application.
Yes.
Here we go. Make that jump onto the end. I can make it up here. Grab the Zetfish. Not too bad, it's just that last jump can cause a lot of problems and a lot of frustration. Finally get past World 4 skip, you got it first try, you feel like you're on a great run, and you drop to the 24.
Yeah, and you lose the cycle, yeah.
Yep, been there.
Yep.
Happens. So I'm gonna unlock 27 with a Seeker and a couple shots, then hopped out of 26 there.
Because I don't know if you all noticed early in the run, but if you're new to this game, but once you unlock a level, you can quick jump to it.
Yeah.
At any point, just
The
by
thing
tapping
about-
your menu screen.
In Splatoon 1, it's all on the gamepad, so
Yeah, on the gamepad.
easy to just super jump and select whatever you want.
Right. So yeah, just making sure you unlock them with things, you'll just keep them unlocked forever, which is very helpful in trying to be like, okay, well, we're unlocking stuff on our way to other stuff, and then you just jump
Yeah.
on back. You don't have to actually do any platforming over there.
Exactly. Some stages are kind of just too far out of your reach in the first place, so you get them with bombs and then just super jump there to avoid any platforming.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and the one that's high up in this world, yeah, see, that helps you get toward the end
Yeah.
a little bit faster.
That's gonna happen with 22 over there. I'm gonna unlock it purely with just bombs. But first off, I'm gonna go through 27 here, and there's kind of a strat that you can do with the Seeker here to get an insta-kill. So the thing about the Seeker is that usually you'd have to aggro it with a bomb to actually get it to come towards you. But the thing is, if I do a slight delay here with my shot, I'm in the ink long enough that the Seeker notices me. Or the Striker, I should be saying. But
Right.
now I skip this cutscene. Now that he just noticed me over here, I tap once to the ground. I can throw a burst bomb at this balloon, and it'll insta.
I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So by doing a slight delay throughout the stage, you save 2 seconds.
Nice.
Useful tech. Practical application.
Practical. I'm trying to think of what else we have in terms of skips. Is there anything else in one of these levels coming up that we're gonna see, or is it mostly just Octavia at this point?
Well, for major skips, no, nothing in these next levels. It's just that 23 and 22 coming up are like the 2 hardest levels in this game. So, so the thing about this is that down there, very hard to see right now, but there's a kettle. And if I throw a splat bomb, then a burst bomb to do enough damage, that unlocks the kettle. You can see it auto-saved because it popped it. And now I can
Right.
jump to that later without actually having to do any of that platforming. And then I can just go to 25. We'll revisit
nice.
23 or 22 at the end.
Right.
Yeah. So now this is 25. There's flutters everywhere.
Showers.
And there's RNG.
On the RNG here.
The RNG here is because one of these flutters at the end is going to have an octo sniper, and that octo sniper is going to be holding a key for a lockbox, and I need that key, and that sniper can spawn in very weird locations. So you're hoping for something fairly central in this last area. First things first. I'm talking about the second key with that. I gotta grab the first one still.
They're in the corner and
All the way in
yeah, you
this
have to make
corner.
sure there isn't a flutter coming your way.
Yeah, there can be a floater just right on top of that key, which is pretty annoying, but it happens. I can just burst bomb to pop that pillar. Where's the sniper? Oh, it's in front of me. Okay.
Straight ahead, yeah.
So, the thing about that sniper, it can spawn anywhere in this front half of the stage. So it could be here, it could be like somewhere here, or like far down on that right side. The best place for it to spawn, ideally, is right here. Because if it spawns right here, or you here, get it to it, and it's right here, then you can grab the
jump.
key, and then do absolutely no detour to grab it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Which saves,
Yeah.
I think the difference between the best and worst is like 7 seconds.
Oh, that's actually quite a lot
Yeah,
for this run.
It could be way bad.
Ooh.
Okay, so what am I up to now? 23. Fall down here. Another kettle. This stage I probably just want to explain through it the whole time, because this stage is like probably one of the hardest for me. Super complex. Throw a seeker to start, and then I'm gonna shoot that
Yeah,
balloon to just get to the sponges. I throw a burst bomb to distract these 2 stamps,
Oh, interesting.
and then make sure this Twinticle doesn't see me while I'm on the sponges. So in front of me right now is an Inkzuka. So you could ink all these sponges normally, or you could just let the Inkzuka do the job.
You can even get it up on the wall. There.
Yeah, so you can make yourself a path up here too.
Yeah.
Here's an important thing to note, and this killed me so much when I was starting out. So there's gonna be a bunch of sponges and a balloon coming up. I'm gonna throw a seeker at the first sponge, and I'm gonna shoot the balloon to activate the rest of them. But when you shoot a balloon to blow up a sponge or whatever, what happens is that the sponge is gonna temporarily, just for like a few frames, grow way larger than it's supposed to, and then shrink back down. And if that catches you while you're jumping, you're just gonna fall. So you have to be careful when you're doing this.
Yeah.
I throw a seeker, I hit this balloon, and I kind of strafe right here to dodge that sponge. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's gonna clip
Oh,
me.
so you're going around it onto the center platform and
Yes.
then the next one. So you don't get caught on the left sponge. Got it.
Right. And during this whole section, I'm trying to stay in the ink here so that none of these aggro onto me. That was close. You're trying to make sure those bombers either aggro onto you early or aggro onto you not at all. So
Yeah, again, like, that's why having the burst bombs is super useful, because then you can just really quickly prep a sponge and then
yeah.
get out of sight, like, right away.
So the thing about this part in 22, 2 Octolings are going to spawn. And we want to manip our maneuverment so that one of them is going to spawn in the top left corner. I'm going to take that thing out with a bomb. And then the other one's going to spawn in the top right corner. And I'm going to take that out with my hero shot. To do that, you got to ink the right side of this platform. You swim down and delay while going left to throw that bomb. Go up the left side of that sponge. And then that'll get both the Octolings. And now I'll just do it full speed.
Cool.
This is kind of like a subtle manip, but this saves like multiple seconds.
There's a lot.
Because sometimes you'll just have to chase these Octolings around.
It's so annoying. Yeah, I remember having to do that.
Yeah.
I would lose significant time there, for sure.
So by manipping your movement there, you can get them to spawn in consistent places, enough for a bomb
Yeah.
to get the first one, and saves a ton.
The pausing is because this show isn't about, like, getting speedrun PBs. It's about explaining, like, skips and glitches and
Yeah.
things that you can find in the runs. So we're including movement in this one because it's such a heavy movement-based game.
Yeah, this is Splatoon. The game is movement.
Yes. Yeah, it's more of a showcase.
Yeah.
Exactly. Showcase, exhibition sort of thing.
All
Just
right.
have a timer. Yeah, explain %. I love that!
Explain %. Yes!
I may borrow that.
Oh yeah, kind of a cool tech here is that I'm gonna ink the left side of this block and throw a burst bomb to activate the switch. So instead of waiting for this platform to rise all the way up, I'm gonna ride it like that. And that just lets me get up there faster, saving another few seconds. Corner cutting, precious time save.
Right, and again, like using burst bombs on those switches fills them with ink.
I should say that
immediately.
This stage is full of burst bombs.
Yes.
I'm trying to like go into squid form doing each of those just so the Twinicles stop noticing me. So at the end of this section right here, there's a burst bomb throw that I need to do high on a wall to hit a switch. And I need to get really close to it and then just aim high. Like that.
Yeah.
I go back and then
ta-da.
block booster. By jumping at a certain time, the block will like push you up as it goes to its intended position.
Right.
Which is kind of useful for the frame saver.
We are now doing explain percent.
Yes. I threw a splat bomb at that one. I think Zuka a couple of these if I could hit the sniper.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to know like when to save some of these specials for.
Yeah.
Like the Inksuka, for example.
Oh, it's gonna become so important in Octavio. There's 2 Inkzukas in Octavio, and you need both of them at very certain points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you like want to go out of your way for them.
Yeah. So at this point right here, there's 2 switches that I need to hit. There's one right here, and then there's one just like above me. So what I'll do, I'll throw a burst bomb at this one, tap the ground, and hit the other one with the burst bomb swinging. And that will bring this platform down. Make sure these balls don't knock you off. I have lost world record to that before, and I'm mad about it.
And then there's a jump platform right there, so you don't need to actually turn that one around.
Oh yeah, I should have explained that.
Land on it.
Yeah, there's like a jump pad at the very back of that platform. Usually you have to hit a switch, but not in that case.
Yeah, you just fall down and land on it.
Yep. Nice and simple. There's a bubbler special in that box. Very useful, because these are all flutters. I can walk right through them, because I'm invincible with the bubbler.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that will protect you.
Yeah, that's the only time you ever need a bubbler in this game. Walk right
Bubble
through.
protection.
Yes. All right. That is all the stages we need to do in any percent besides the big boy himself, Octavio, my friend.
All right.
I'm just saying this now. I have so much to explain in this fight. I'm sorry in advance.
Yes.
This is truly explain percent, because if you want to learn Octavio, the only way I learned this is by Hydra sitting me down in the call for an hour and explaining every little detail. But I'll shorten it up. I'll shorten it up a ton. So let's hop in
it's
here.
like a 7-minute fight. It used to be like 10 minutes, now it's like 7.
In
or
world
maybe a little
record,
less.
I think the split is a 7:47.
Yeah.
Yeah. Casually, when you're doing this though, it's a lot closer to 10 minutes. It's just that
Yes.
speedrunners
If you're
have a lot
consistent,
up
like
their
if you're not
sleeve
dying.
here.
Yeah. Like it seems really long. It is long. It's a long fight, but like there's definitely a lot to do in it to help
Yes.
move things along.
Oh, I didn't have to do all those shots there. I was like totally in Octavio practice while some memory. This is actually any percent. What am I doing? Classy.
What's that?
This is our friend DJ Octavio. Much better than Splatoon 2's version because guess what? This isn't RNG.
Yeah.
This is skill.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
beautiful. So what I'm gonna do, first things first, I am going into this bottom left corner. Why am I doing that? Octavio tracks you in your last position when you were unsquidded. So when I go into squid here, Octavio remembers that I was in that corner. And by doing that, Octavio is gonna rotate his entire machine just to do or get closer to that point. And that makes this fist closer to us. So when I RFG, that fist is even closer to me and I'm able to hit it back faster.
I think a good thing to explain as well with this fight, just in general, is you can see that he has these like the 4 cannons in the front, and it's usually like shoot cannons, shoot one fist, shoot other fist.
Yes.
And then sometimes he also has like this like wave,
Killer whale. Yeah, or
the
like a
killer
subwoofer.
whale. Right. Yeah.
He's got a couple
Exactly. So
different
you'll see that
attacks,
as well.
Well, I'll
but
get
those
there,
like
though.
yeah, so those all kind of come in waves. Like they're pretty recognizable. and then he'll switch some of those like initial cannon shots out of the middle for like bubbles that turn into enemies. Yeah, so there's a lot of that happens, and anytime you hit his fist when he's trying to shoot it at you, that's what pushes him back and allows you to continue, because see, it ricochets and then hits his own ship instead.
Yes.
So that's how you actually progress this fight.
We're
so in
trying
order
to hit
to
him
like
back, yes.
exactly. So using the rapid fire glitch for this is really helpful to make things a little bit faster. Oh, and this is like the final thing. It also has like the little sunglasses on it. I always love that about this.
It's a really cute little detail, yeah. Yeah,
it is a really cute little detail.
That's a subwoofer. And you just have to basically play tennis with Octavio.
Yes, yeah. So it's like hit fists, play tennis.
Yes.
Like that is like the main thing you want to do this fight. So the faster you can get to these things and the farther you can push him back, the better. Now you'll notice that like you get really, really close to him, and it's useful because he will like at a certain point, if you push a fist back and then the ship flies back, but you don't get close enough to him, he will start coming back towards you first. So a lot of what's important...
That comes up in a couple of later phases if you're like getting backups.
I mean, even in this section here, like you can start to lose a little bit of time, but it gets worse as the fight goes on.
Right.
Like if you don't have ways to like compensate for getting like closing that distance gap, then you can have like entire extra like fist shooty phases coming at you.
You can get like extra cycles and everything. It's fight's complex. I want to explain just how like I call this a normal cycle. It does a fairly standard and not a knockback for these two fists that are going to come out, and it's really quick to do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Some of this is really tight timing, and some of it is like you have to use special items, and it'll push it back faster. Like so, yeah. You take it from here. That's
okay.
Have that in mind for like people who are new to this.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm always just complex with this, but what I did there, I tapped the ZR button twice to do 2 quick tap shots. I hold down ZR, and then the second fist is already going to be close to me when it comes out if I do that delay correctly, so I can RFG it. Yeah. That's what's called a normal cycle. It does like fairly standard amount of knockback, and it's the fastest way to get those 2 fists to even hit Octavio.
Yes.
This is going to be a cycle skip. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to RFG the first fist instead, and that's going to hit back Octavio a significant amount. If I'm too slow with the RFG, the second fist is going to come out pretty quick, and I have to like get it close to the ground by delaying it.
Yes.
And if I hit it far enough back or delay it well enough, that'll get cycle skip. If I RFG fast enough, I'll get fist skip. Let's just see what happens here. I'll explain.
Yeah, again, he's going to use the rapid fire glitch to really quickly push that back. And you see how far back he flew this time?
The thing is, I was pretty slow doing that rapid fire glitch, so that fist still came out. So, 2-tap, you let it get really close to the ground, and now Octavio got hit far back enough that he's going to pop a subwoofer here. So that's what's called a cycle skip. If you didn't do that delay correctly, you're going to get another set of punches, and that'll lose you like 15 seconds or something.
Exactly.
And that time adds a lot.
Right. So it's about either getting the first fist done quickly enough or like being able to delay the second one fast enough.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, so that you can push him back real far, catch up, and be like, hey, here I am.
Yes.
Time for tennis.
Time for tennis.
Time for tennis.
I love my tennis duel.
Yeah.
All right.
Stop punching me. I want to play tennis. Like that's
Yeah. Let's do some phase 3 now. I did that one fast enough. So the second fist didn't come out yet because I hit back the first fist so fast that the second fist didn't even activate by the time the first fist hit Octavio again. And that's what's called a fist skip. I made sure to pick up the Inkzuka here. I'm going to need it right away. And then I'm just going to do a normal cycle here.
You're shooting those way back.
That was a beautiful RG. Wow, okay.
Yeah, that was really nice.
And now Octavio's gonna play tennis again. I'm gonna use the Inkzuka because he's super far back. I missed that one. Okay. I'm gonna run out of time on this Inkzuka. Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was really, really close. I actually never used the Inkzuka there before. That's really handy.
There's 2 different Inkzukas in this fight, and you kind of try to use them at the right time, right? So phase 3 and phase 5 are the most practical uses.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it makes sense to use it in that phase because, like you were saying, like he's super far away.
So there's two different ways that you can do phase 4. There's fast phase 4 and there's normal phase 4. I'm gonna show normal phase 4 first because it only loses 2 seconds, but if you have to do a backup, you don't lose your run immediately. So
Yeah.
with normal phase 4, I'm just gonna do a normal cycle here. 2 hits, then RFG the second one. And then I'm gonna go towards this Inkzuka. I'm gonna need this for phase 5, so if you die at this point, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rotate Octavio all the way over here, so this fist is like way closer to me. And I'll just RFG that one.
It gives you time for the other one.
Yep. If you drop that RFG on that last one, you're actually fine. You can just delay the fist as it comes down and still do enough knockback to Octavio. If Octavio's hovering around where this balloon is or where the geyser is there, you didn't do enough knockback. But if he's all the way over here, then you're definitely good. So now I just gotta do another normal as I wait for Octavio to do his attacks. Okay, that was sloppy. Oh well.
Didn't look sloppy to me. Great.
Tennis match right in our face this time. So now we're just doing a bit of an RFG duel.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
it looks like with all the things that he shoots at you, it looks like it's going to be a lot harder than it is. But you just go slightly out of the way of the killer whale, and you're usually fine.
Yeah. And fun fact with
Just
the
like-
killer whale, we're just gonna take this one right here coming up. We have armor, and we kind of need to be directly where the killer whale is. And if you've gotten enough armor in this fight, well, no big deal.
Yeah, you can handle it.
Yeah.
But like because of cycles with it, like you actually have time to get stuff like that.
Oh, I still got that. Okay, sorry. What did you say?
No, it's fine. I was just explaining about
Yeah. Phase 5 Octavio, you have to hit that fist skip there to get optimal cycle because it saves 3 seconds. So that's like the one I really try to focus in for. If we have time after this though, I'd like to go through this fight one more time without like pausing or anything and just trying to show how this is supposed to look put all together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe like before the last hit or something.
Yeah. I'll show how to do the last Inkzuka fight and then go through it again because this fight looks incredible at full pace.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it gets quick. For being a almost 8-minute
Yeah.
thing, it's pretty good. So he's able to push him back because he kept on him so well. He's able to
Yeah.
push him back, and now we have Killer Whale, or the subwoofer, which is great.
Yep.
And this is the final one you have, and then
Use my Inkzuka that I've been holding on to since phase 4. And then I would throw a
spin.
burst bomb at Octavio to end the fight. But I want to show a really fast Octavio.
Yes. Yeah, because so he'll fly out at the end of the ship,
Yeah.
and then you just hit him once, and then he flies back into it, hits the ship, and then boom.
I want to show
Pretty great.
what your Octavios would ideally look like when you are going through this full speed.
This is honestly a lot to handle for like a single player person learning this game.
Yeah.
Like looking at this fight.
This fight, this is the most complex fight in the entire Splatoon series. It's honestly incredible from a speedrunning sense that they made something like this.
Yeah.
Like, no fight even comes close.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip through you this time, Octavio. Get ready. Get all my cycle skips. Fist skips everywhere. And typically when I'm doing this on like my own stream, I just mute doing Octavio so I can just really focus in, but I'm fine. I've done this enough, we're fine. I'm trying to like also aim above the fist as well, just doing RFGs. Those shots will fall down on Octavio, then I snap down to when Octavio's fist is actually available, and then like there's fall off and normal hits hitting Octavio at the same time.
Yeah.
So you get a really quick fist.
Yeah, that was really, really fast.
Subwoofer. Tennis! Properly done tennis.
And again, having that RFG makes pushing the subwoofer back so fast.
Yes.
So helpful. Let's go.
That's the easy part. Anyone can do phase 1. You never lose time there, even when you're starting out. That's like the one phase, just like, okay, I'm going equal the world record here. It's fine. I think it's tricky. Oh, that was good!
That was really good. So again, yeah, just making sure you're really quick with this so that he doesn't move back.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, everyone, we do have Splatoon 2 skip stuff to see after this.
Yep.
Some like fun things.
That's
Check out.
got a glitch showcase and some skips that you could try for Splatoon speedrunning as well. Splatoon 2 runs.
Yeah.
Got a bit of both.
It's perfect. Perfect for the show.
Yes, exactly. But we're showing the DJ what's what right now. I gotta fall off there now. My camera gets super sporadic as I'm like mashing the gamepad as fast as I can. My gamepad just starts to shake. You gotta go in this fight, you just focus. Might I add as well that I'm like switching my hand position with my left hand. Every time I have to RFG, I'm like moving my hand entirely to something completely
All the
different.
way over to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
About
motion
right.
going into this fight.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's actually really, really cool, again, like he explained earlier, but how to see or like seeing when he's doing like, he's purposely hiding the ink to like manipulate how Octavio has a
like,
ship turn.
rotates towards me, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Nice.
those. He gave me a bad pattern to start. Every time he throws a center subwoofer as the first one, you have to wait, especially in phase 5. So
Oh,
it's just annoying. That's the DJ. I'm gonna go for a fast phase 4.
want to see it.
Yeah, pull it off. The difference here is that this barrier is right in my face.
Yes.
Very, very tight rope. There. And I did an RFG. Oh, thank God. Woo! That's the most
Nice.
important one. If you drop that, you're losing like 30 seconds.
Yes. Nice. Good job.
Yeah. Glad I didn't miss that. Now, phase 4's fine. He's a little closer to us than last time, but that's because I just didn't hit one of the fists back entirely.
Right.
That's the fast phase 4. Experience. Alright. Close up tennis.
And we'll have one more after this?
Yep. We got one more phase after this.
One more after this. Okay.
How much armor do I got one more. Okay. I got my armor broken by the killer whale there that if I only had one piece of armor, I'd actually be dead right now, so.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Okay. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
How long is this fight? Again, world record you said was like 7:48.
Yeah, it's 7:47 world record. My PB, or
7:47.
what I pulled in my PB was a 7:48 on Octavio.
Nice. So yes, there you go.
It's fast.
Just under 8 minutes for world record split, which is it's long.
There we go. That fist skip's super important.
Yeah.
What was that? What? The fish just like came out and then it bounced back immediately. What happened
Interesting.
there?
That's super weird.
Have my RFGs transcended squid kind? What has happened? Oh, why are you anchored on me? I did that wrong. I tried to grab water. It was a mistake. It was a foolish move.
Yeah. No, we're almost done. We're almost done.
usually you have time to actually take a sip of water right here because you're just waiting for a bit, but...
Just gonna be safe on this.
Yep. I don't want to lose world record to falling off the ledge right there.
Right.
I've done it before. Don't want to talk about it.
Oh no. Okay, I won't ask. Nice. So you can see just like how much more fluid this fight is. I mean, it's just there's a lot going on, but really like there you go. That's it. And
Missed the first spot.
Oh.
Classic.
there he goes.
And yeah, that is Splatoon 1.
Yep. Yeah, this is like a little under twice as long as the world record, right?
Yep.
So if you all are looking for something that takes around an hour and has a lot of movement and just some cool skips like kind of mixed throughout, this is a great run to pick up. Plus we get to see some stuff from Splatoon 2, and then I wonder if they'll find more stuff eventually, or like maybe when Splatoon 3 comes out.
Splatoon 3 is going to be insane.
Yeah, maybe they'll miss some stuff.
Oh.
Or speedrunners specifically.
Here's hoping we have a world skip. Oh, please, pretty please.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
we're going to switch over to Splatoon 2?
Yeah, I definitely liked the Octo expansion better than the regular main
Yeah.
story. It's better. And it's got a cooler boss with really good music.
All right. I'll need a little bit of time to switch over then.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You want to take a quick break, or do you just want to chat while you do it, or what do you want to do?
I'll just need like a minute.
Like a minute, okay. All right, well, we are hanging out. While he is doing that, I will just remind you all that if you are watching on stream right now, you can watch our other hotfix shows on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. There's lots of runs, lots of shows, all kinds of stuff on there. Keep in mind also, all of your support is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Hotfix is funded in part thanks to your subscriptions. So please consider subscribing to support future broadcasts. I see we've gotten some awesome subs today from some super awesome people. So thank you for all of that. Big appreciation for that. Yeah, and I'm looking at all of my stuff. Don't forget, we have Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Community Spotlight is going to be running a Flame Fatale preview episode featuring a selection of talented women speedrunners, including some runs that didn't make it into the Flame Fatale schedule. So you'll get to see some extra Flame Fatale women speedrunning content. It's going to be awesome. And then the event itself is going to be happening the following week. So that starts like a week from tomorrow and is going to be very cool, very exciting. It's awesome to show off lots of additional GDQ content, raising money for Malala Fund, and just, you know, helping encourage more women to get into speedrunning. Because, I mean, just, and that's part of what's great about the show as well. It's just encouraging anybody to, like, try out a new run. You know, you have basic information about how, like, glitches work. Just trying to speedrun a game is really cool, and it's really fun and exciting. And even if you're like, oh, I'm really bad, I don't know what to do, that's why shows exist on Hotfix. Like this one to show off glitches, and then you have like The First Step, for example, is another show that is hosted by Jay Hobbs and Kizaron, and it is all about them just picking games that they've never speedrun before. They take like one day to practice and then one day to just see if they can beat it. You know, and you just go from there. That's like kind of how you get into it. So It's fantastic. Yep, so now we are in Splatoon 2, so let's check out some of this Splatoon 2 content. What do you got for us?
All right, we're ready to go. Audio works fine. I hope so. I switched it. Okay. Let's start out. I'm gonna show off a concept first for making a bit more of a practical application for it. Don't really need a timer for this. This is just kind of a short thing.
All right, I'm gonna send you a quick message.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, cool. We're all good. We're good.
Let's just make
I don't know
sure
what
that
happened.
all works. That still work fine? Okay.
Yep.
Let's go.
All good. The ink is very sparkly in Splatoon 2. Yeah, that's
Yes.
a huge difference.
Far more detailed. The game looks way nicer.
Yeah.
It's a shame the speedrun is just it's the speedrun. It's Splatoon 2.
Right. So this is like early on in Splatoon 2. Again, you have like a similar.
Yeah. This is the very
It's
first
very,
level.
very similar.
Yeah. It's just
in
that
intro.
I have like maxed out weapons on this file. This is my NG plus file.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the thing is, so you see these boxes right here. When I break the bottom box right here, it's gonna fall down, and if I throw a bomb under it, it's gonna activate something called a bomb crush. And that looks a little like that. What happens is it crushes, the box crushes anything that's under it, and it clips you
Cool.
through. So that works for bombs to be like a little time save right here, but it also applies to inklings. And that can be used in a bit of a different spot. Level 10. I'm gonna try out something called a box clip. Just to do that though, I have to play through level 10 with dualies, which I almost never do, so.
I like the
Sorry
dualies
in
for a
advance,
while.
my movement's bad. The jump button's wrong. The game just looks significantly better than Splatoon 1 in the first place, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can see like all of the
Pretty.
things they did to kind of up the ante, which is great though. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
what you want from 3D like this. Yeah, and they've updated the sub items you can get in this a little bit as well.
Oh yeah, I might as well. So, there's 3 different subs in this. Splat Bomb returns. Curling Bomb is basically the same thing as the Seeker, except there's really no delay when you're starting to throw it. Therefore,
Yeah, and
it's
it bounces off
way better for movement. Curling Bombs are so good for speedrunning. And then you think,
Yes.
oh, so what's your third bomb gonna be? It's the Auto Bomb. It's got a
Yeah.
timer. It walks towards enemies. They took out burst bombs, and I'm quite sad about it.
Yeah, it's really depressing.
Oh well, it makes for a very different kind of movement experience going throughout stages, but nothing's quite like having a burst bomb going through single
Right.
player.
I've essentially forgotten Splatoon 2 single player. And
Yeah, so have most people.
all I can think of is Octopus.
Yeah. Most people have kind of just wrote off hero mode, but it's got some cool stuff in it, and it's got a pretty interesting speedrun if it wasn't for Octavio being completely luck-based. But
For sure.
you like losing 2 minutes on the final boss of a game? Oh, do I
Right.
ever? We're getting fairly far into the stage right now. Everything's going fine. So this next section up here... Okay. But that bomb's gonna get it. It's gonna get a little funky here. So we got some boxes here. I'm gonna break these 6 over here. I'm gonna tap this one twice. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shoot this one, and then I'm gonna dodge roll under it. Like so.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm clipped inside the box, which is already cool as it is because this just looks wrong. But if I go up to this ledge and dodge roll twice, I clip inside this entire thing.
Oh my gosh.
So this is like, I thought Splatoon 2 was just very well built in the first place and didn't have a lot of out of bounds, but then something like this exists in level 10. And then you look up. It's the meal ticket! Oh my god, no way.
No way.
I must acquire it. Come here. Seeker, you're coming with me. We're getting the meal ticket together. Get up! Okay.
Oh. Oh.
No!
Oh no!
Okay.
So, oh,
He's being
so
mean.
close.
I'm out of here.
Can you actually grab that?
The ticket?
Yeah, it's like this way. You can go back and get that, right?
Well, wait. No. I'm
No,
too far
okay.
out now.
It's all good.
I was about to say, like, what if I could make that jump? That'd be interesting. Goodbye, meal ticket. You will be missed. My friend!
Yeah, this is cool. That was neat. Yeah, I like
little box.
dude, any out of bounds thing. This is super cool.
Yeah.
So what's up next?
I'm gonna be doing something called a grappling glitch in this
Okay.
overworld right here. It's a little precise. This was discovered by Luke Splatoon, I think like a few months ago now. I had never seen it before. Sadly, this doesn't have any use for an actual speedrun because you have to be close to the grappling in the first place. I'm gonna throw a splat bomb up and try to activate this grappling as I hit the kill plane. Did I get it there? Oh, I was so close. Okay.
So, yeah, I want to see.
This is
curious
pretty
what it does.
finicky, so I don't expect to get this right away. Okay. Okay. Nope. Oh, how did I not? I got so far down. Okay. This is what it is with some of these tricks, though.
Yeah. We're here for the ride.
Here for the ride. We're here for the experience. Oh, that bomb was just not even close. Okay. There it is. So I'm going to fly towards this grappling right there. Yeah. Because it just remembers that I actually hit that. I now just fly towards it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That one's absolutely funky. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently, and I'm just like, huh? Does that have any speedrun use? And then you realize, like, oh wait, no. I need to be close enough to throw a bomb at it. Or maybe a charger shot, but I don't think there's anything that would actually make that work. But that one's certainly funky.
I like that one. That's really cool. Man,
Yeah.
I wish that had like more.
I wish it actually had a use for the run.
Yeah.
This one actually does have a use for the run, though.
Okay.
Small little times. I'm talking about 5 seconds here. So upcoming, over there, you see these, like, there's these cars? One of them is surrounded by ink sticks over there. I'm just being careful not to activate it right now. It's gonna get surrounded by ink sticks and get washed in enemy ink. That's why we call this the car wash. So car wash skip is when I go into this corner and I'm trying to damage boost in between a wall and one of the ink sticks and I get launched up.
Oh my gosh.
And that skips having to wait for this car wash, which is around a 5-second time save. The only reason that works is because you have an armor system in this game. So when you take enough enemy damage, your armor breaks. Instead of in Splatoon 1, if you took enough enemy damage, you just die. So
Right.
I'll just show that here. Like, my armor breaks, my movement gets slowed, but I get some iframes out of doing it. Or invincibility frames. So I can use that concept to actually hit the car wash there.
Right.
And save about 5 seconds by just not having to wait for it.
That's really cool.
So that one's nice. Very simple time save. I think almost everyone could go for that reasonably. This one is not reasonable. This, I do not recommend this trick. But this is, I'm gonna go for something called fence jump here.
Okay.
And something weird about fences in this game, if you hop up onto a fence, go back into kid form. I was like in squid form. I hop up onto the fence, I go back into kid form, jump, and return to squid form. I can keep all of my squid speed as I do the jump on the fence. And that can be used to make some ledges that you wouldn't be able to before.
That's super cool.
So I just gotta get to it.
Again, like when somebody was asking, like, if, you know, this stuff is useful, like things you do in speedrunning can be useful for PvP, it's like, well,
Try making this work. I don't know.
yeah, you can get better at movement, but, and like remembering to use your subs for certain cool things, like that can be really nice. Again, it's mostly movement based, but you know,
Right.
some of the stuff is gonna be
Didn't hit it
less.
first try. Oh well. But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna try to like hop up onto this fence and make it up onto this ledge,
okay.
which skips going around this
Okay.
section, breaking the boxes and the enemy that's over there. But it requires a fairly precise jump timing to actually land it. Like that. So
Oh, that's super cool.
I like unsquidded for a second and then I was able to actually jump up here. This trick used to be the bait of me and I had like a 5% success rate, but I like just figured this out yesterday. So now I'm gonna actually start putting this in my runs.
Oh, this was yesterday?
I actually got this consistent yesterday, yeah. But
That's really cool.
it's been known for quite a while. I've been kind of like the one odd runner out at the top level that just doesn't go for this because I struggled with it. But now I'm good.
Well, now here you are. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So that's nice. Now I'm gonna go for something that I don't expect to hit. But this is the one trick I do not expect to hit in this entire showcase. Like everything else, I'm pretty confident. But this is just, oh, it's a different beast in of itself.
Okay, no worries.
This is, I'm gonna play through level 6 first, and the weird thing about level 6 is that this already had a skip before the new thing was discovered. So I'm gonna show that first, and just show a normal playthrough, how this stage is supposed to be done. This is a charger stage, and it has these grapplings. By shooting a grappling, it'll pull you towards it, and you get to use that all throughout the stage, and it's why the charge is pretty much required, just because you have range to hit all of these. It's also going to be required for the skip. Oh, I haven't done normal 6 in a while. I'm going to hop up on this little fence right here. And then that lets me hit this one grappling from the corner.
Oh, nice. Okay.
A little bit of a corner cut. I don't really call it much of a save. Just remember to pick up the stingray. That's important. Bomb crush right there. Doesn't really save a lot of time, just fancy. Earlier concept used. So what I'm gonna do, as you see I'm landing, there's this fan. All the way back there, there's this fan that pushes the final platform. So if I pull out the stingray special, I can pull this fan towards where this grappling is, and then hit the last thing.
Get right to it.
Go
That's
to the
so
end.
cool. That's really cool.
It is very cool, but that's the old skip. That's not even the new thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how we used to do level 6. Level 6 was the one stage that actually had a fairly significant skip.
Wow.
And then a trick that had been theorized for years, but actually got found by Noob SPL, was something called a platform momentum boost. And I'll show off the concept when I get there. I'll give it like 10, 15 tries at most, and then call it, because this has only ever been hit by 5 people in the world, and I'm one of them. And I've hit it like twice, that's it. So, as you may notice, when I go here, the Zapfish is there. And since the Zapfish is there, I just walked off. Okay. You didn't see that, you didn't see that, you didn't see that, you didn't see that.
But you didn't see it. It's okay.
It's hot.
All
It's
right.
hot.
It's- okay. We're doing the level for the first time here.
Yes.
After we did the
Exactly,
the
yes,
skip.
exactly. So,
Okay, and go ahead and explain again. What do you?
okay, so when the platform here resets its position and you jump at the same time, I think it might be frame perfect, if not 2 or 3 frame. You'll get a little bit of an extra boost of momentum forward. And there is a grappling that's not loaded in yet. If you use that extra boost of momentum, you can actually make this jump. Not quite.
Oh, that was really close. I
The
saw
thing
it load
is,
in. Okay.
it will look really close every time, but unless you specifically hit the platform momentum boost, you're never gonna hit it. You don't quite have enough. So it requires basically an almost frame perfect trick to actually make this work. Oh my god. I felt like I had it there.
Yeah.
So I'll give
I
a few
mean-
attempts at this. If I actually hit this, I will be shocked, but
You're gonna pop off. It's okay.
yes,
It's okay to
exactly.
do
Out the
that.
door, pop off, I'm gone.
I know. I want to see it happen.
Yeah. Could try to make this work. This is like the one. This is like a very recent trick as well. Like, I think this only got discovered like a couple months ago. So
Part of what's great about speedrunning is that, like, doesn't matter how old a game is, as long as there are people who are interested in it, like,
Yeah.
you can find things. Things can happen.
like Messiah single-handedly revived Splatoon 1 speedrunning, essentially
Yeah.
by finding 2 new skips just like that,
Right.
and that
Yeah,
brought
those are cool.
me and Fuyuniko in. to actually challenge world record. We both had it at one point. It was cool.
Yeah. It makes it fun.
Yeah. I didn't even jump there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to jump on like the very edge, right? So. All right. These grapplings. I think I'm jumping too early. I think I need to back up slightly. I'm gonna give it 3 more attempts and we'll see.
Sure.
But yeah, if you're ever interested in actually seeing how this trick works, you have to go to speedrun.com/Splatoon2, level leaderboards, level 6, and then look at the world record. And you'll see,
Okay.
it's janky. It's weird. It's messed up.
Okay.
It's like probably one of the weirdest tricks I think that will be found in the Splatoon series. Actually making a shot like this work, but hey.
Yeah.
Oh. That shot behind me scared me.
That's okay.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, give it a few more. I want to see a couple more.
It's definitely the one skip that's just like... Oh, okay. That happens. That's how, like, when I was originally going for this the first time, you have to do that shot so quickly that I dropped a lot of attempts doing that.
Just trying to get over there.
Yeah, just trying to get on there in the first place.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'll call it there. But
Okay.
that is what is it's the biggest skip that's ever been found in Splatoon 2, because that saves like 50 seconds over normal. But
Nice. So is it present in any of the like videos of runs that people could go watch?
it's on the individual levels board right now,
Okay.
and
So you could go on speedrun.com and check out the ILs for
yeah, you
it.
can check out the ILs, and the top 5 runs for level 6 have the trick.
Gotcha.
So any of those
Nice.
are something that you could watch. It's just, I don't know. Some people already have come into the Discord and saying that they want to like try to hit this trick because they think it's easy, but it's actually just the hardest in the entire series. It's deceptive.
Yeah, deceptively difficult.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Well, that's what's cool about it. I mean, and again, like, it's just so cool. These are just great games in general, and it's just cool to find things that are like so movement heavy that have skips that are fun to learn or like interesting to try to include. Oh, do we have stuff in Octo expansion?
Yep, I got a few things at Octo expansion to show.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, cool.
Let's start
This
with this
is good.
one. This is a skip in stage DO1 to get the Gluga Durlies early.
Okay.
And it's just a little thing that I don't think Nintendo ever predicted this one, but
What was the number of the previous level that you were working on? Somebody wanted to look it up.
level 6 in hero mode,
There
which
you
is
go.
called Octo Zeppelin Invasion. You might see it for that as well.
Okay.
Oh, got my arm broken. Okay. So you're going throughout the stage, and this one Octo Striker? Copter? I don't know. Don't. Okay, that almost got me.
Oh my god.
So what you can do here, just if you fall off the stage, it's gonna reset his cycle. So now he's gonna want to fire missiles at me again. And I can use that to get this fan right away. And that canned weapon down there, that contains the weapon for this stage that you'd usually have to go through a path to do. But what you can do instead is hop on this little ledge and jump
Oh
down.
my gosh. Oh,
And that'll let you grab the dualies, and then you can just cruise right through the stage now that you have your newfound weapon.
now that you have your weapon with you. That's super cool.
Yeah,
Let's go.
a little bit of
Again,
a
in challenge mode, like sometimes you just don't have weapons.
Yeah, there's lots of OE challenges that just
Yeah.
don't give you weapons at all.
Yeah.
Where's your cycle, bud? Are you gonna... Okay. I don't want him to shrink the sponges. I wasn't paying much
Right.
attention on his cycle. There we go. Now
super
at the
cool.
final checkpoint, you can do some cool stuff. Just rolling around, hitting these switches.
The GameCube's in the background.
No problem. Just moving right on through.
Yeah.
Test
super
pass,
cool.
baby.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, this was fun. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I mean, I understand why people are looking in this way, but like, you know, you're like, okay, well, if there's just a bunch of floating platforms everywhere, you never know when you'll find one that's kind of floating over here off to the
Yeah.
side that like we can maybe somehow reach. And a lot of them have collision. That's so funny.
Yeah.
They are solid
Lots of
pieces.
weird things
and
have collision that's like, you could probably make this work actually if this
yeah,
had collision.
yep.
All
And that's
right.
the magic of speedrunning.
So this is Go8, and in Go8, it's a fairly long stage that takes you kind of to a bunch of different islands around snipers and whatnot, and you're trying to just like, this is a fairly fast-paced level. The thing is, I wouldn't know it's a fast-paced level because I haven't done the normal level in forever. I'll show why. Because if I hit this switch, it's gonna raise this platform. If I get on the corner, missed it. If I jump at the correct time, I get a platform momentum boost. And that's just enough height to hit that grappling up there and skip the entire stage.
Is that the end of the stage up there?
Yeah. Nope. I'm kind of getting
Okay,
the
we gotta
jump.
see.
It's just,
We gotta see this one.
yes, exactly. This one's far easier than the one in hero mode. You actually have like quite a bit of leniency.
Yeah.
I jumped way too late. Okay. May take a few tries, but I'm no OE
Yeah.
runner. I'm all right at OE. I've been far more enjoying Splatoon 1 more than anything recently.
Yeah, again, it's a fun game.
Yeah. No. Get over there! Yeah, I basically needed Noob to be in my chat the entire time just for him to teach me all the
Yeah.
arts of OE. Because he's like the best player in North America right now, so
Oh, cool. Okay.
yeah. Come on, Ginger. Okay. This one's a lot more reasonable though. I just gotta like get right into that corner and figure out my timing. I don't plan this.
Oh, that was close.
Maybe a little further back in the stand. I thought the pause glitch there. Nope. Oh, I saw the crosshairs.
Oh, that was
I
it.
saw
Yeah,
the
that was it.
crosshairs. No.
How long would the level normally take?
I think the stage is around a minute,
Okay.
and the skip is like 20 seconds.
Like the full stage with it is 20 seconds, so you would say 40?
It's around that, I think.
Okay, there you go.
Pause glitch to activate that. No.
So what is the when you say pause glitch, what does that mean
Oh,
for this?
I probably didn't explain pause glitch at some point.
Yeah.
Let's explain that. So, when I hit a switch, sometimes you don't fully activate a switch, but if you pause the game, it'll cover in the rest if you have enough info in there.
That's
Just-
wild.
That actually gets quite a bit of application in a few different stages.
Huh.
There we go.
Oh, there it is! Sweet,
So
okay,
that
sweet.
took us from this platform. You'd go like all the way down this checkpoint, all the way over here, then through all those shielded enemies. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. If you hit
Yeah,
that
you're
first
done.
try, you save so much time.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. That's cool to see.
Yeah.
Let me take a note. Do you have anything else to show?
I got 3 more.
Nice. Let's go.
So this is an inkjet stage. You don't have any weapon here. You just have the special inkjet to fly around in. And because you could fly around in, Nintendo needed to do a better job putting kill planes around the place. They really didn't. So you can kind of fly in some weird spots that you wouldn't expect. And I'm gonna show that off on this stage. Okay, I just gotta jump there, and then I have height. So you don't have to do any of that straight section there. You can just jump to here.
As long as you start with enough height, you're good.
Yes.
That's
I
so
have to
funny.
make sure to dodge this kill plane. There's one on the right there that I hit a lot. All right, here's the big part. So imagine going up all of this section to go to the bottom, when in reality, you could just curve this ledge right here, and that's the end point. So I just fall down, skipping about half
Oh my
the stage.
gosh. That's so goofy.
Very nice inkjet skip.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't even know how you would get down there before. Like, I don't remember the level enough.
I don't either.
Nice. This is super cool.
Yeah, any speedrunner hasn't done like that section in very
Right,
long
it's like
time.
World 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something called a hammer jump in this stage, which doesn't come up until the very end. But there's some other cool things I can do throughout the stage. For example, throw a burst bomb at this wall, not stop the platform at all, and just ride it up.
Yeah.
Walk on through. You don't actually have to stop that switch right there. You can walk through. It's just kind of RNG. Pull it. Oh.
Oh, is this limited ink?
It's not limited ink. It's
Oh.
kind of just dodging enemies more than anything.
Okay. I didn't know why you weren't shooting sometimes to
Yeah.
like give yourself paths to swim in.
Oh, a lot of those you just actually can't put ink on. Like these
Oh.
are all uninkable paths. So,
Okay. I don't remember that.
right.
Huh.
So, these are some swinging hammers at the end. And the end point is just up there. You're usually supposed to go to like this end hammer and it gives like a really big boost. But if you time a burst bomb right, I just clipped through the block. Okay.
Okay.
Weird. Thank you, game.
Then you're right there.
Yeah, you can just ride up that hammer and get yourself
Perfect.
right
So
to
that's
the end
only
of the stage.
Only a few seconds, but that's cool. That's a really cool skip.
Very convenient. All right, I'm ending this off with a bang. Probably the coolest thing I have found in Octo expansion, or I've seen someone do. I didn't find this. I think this was Screw who found this, which is like, Screw is the best Splatoon 2 IL runner. Absolute genius.
I'm pumped.
But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna empty out my ink tank here, and I'm gonna try to squid behind this dummy right here. Might take some tries, but if I do it just right... Perfect, I got it. This is a soft lock. You cannot escape this unless you exit out of the game.
So this is it. So this is it. It just keeps not. You spawn dead.
You just spawn, and you're gone.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Inescapable loop. That's Splatoon 2 for you.
Oh no.
And yeah, that is all the things I have to show.
That's really cool.
Yeah, probably should get out of this so we don't just
So it's not just that forever.
hear this loop forever. Yeah.
All right, everyone. This was fantastic to see. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up. But I've had a wonderful time. I mean, not only revisiting a game that I have enjoyed running in the past, but seeing some more, some things that like I didn't realize like was utilized in the game now, and then all the stuff in Splatoon 2, super cool. And a couple of out of bounds things that I had no idea was around. So awesome
Definitely
to
some
get to
weird
see all of
stuff,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show
Yeah, for
to
sure.
show all of that out.
Ton of fun, yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear it. Super cool. So hopefully it's been inspiring for some of you all to maybe jump on the Splatoon train and give a speedrun a try, because most people, again, like, you think of the multiplayer and that's what you know about the game. You're like, oh, right, it's a third-person shooter.
Right.
And then you're like, so you speedrun it? It's for
You
there's a single
speedrun
player?
it? This is a
Yeah.
multiplayer game. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Exactly. So I thought it was a cool opportunity to show something like this off that we don't typically get to see.
Right.
But yeah, Talon, you did an awesome job. Thank you for showing us all this stuff around the games. And yeah, hopefully it's inspiring for you all. Before I let you go, tell us like where we can find you, your Twitch, and any other social media that you use.
So you can find me at twitch.tv/TalonTrodIan. I am currently going for a complete Splatoon 1 sweep right now, which means I want to try to get the NG Plus all scrolls and any % world record. At the same time, I currently have NG Plus and all scrolls, so I just got to get any % back, maybe lower NG Plus a bit. I have a Twitter, which is at @TalonTrodIan. I usually just post clips of 1 in a million things that happen in Splatoon games, because they happen a lot more than they should. And YouTube, same name, TalonTrodIan, which is usually just where I upload PBs. And
Sweet.
is it fine if I give a shout out to a few people that helped me do
Yeah,
this?
please do. Yeah.
Okay, so massive thanks to Noob SPL for basically teaching me everything I needed to know about Octo expansion, because I'm super washed at this category. And then shout out to Captain Hydrus for sure for getting me inspired to run Splatoon 1 in the first place. I would have probably never tried it if it wasn't for him. And then Thundy and Obo, my NG Plus squad, and all the Splatoon 2 speedrunners that I've come across in the first place. You're all great. And if you want to try out this game, speedrun.com/Splatoon2. There's a Discord link there that you can go to and join the Discord, ask away questions. I would be happy to help.
There you go. You heard it here. Anybody's interested. Again, this is an open community, super fun. Give it a shot. Honestly, I should try to run it again. It'd be fun. But yeah, it's been awesome having you all join us. Thank you so much for being here. Next month is the next episode is going to be September, first weekend in September. I think it's the 4th. So feel free to tune in for that if you would like. We'll have more glitch-related content. Keep in mind, our next Hotfix show is happening on Monday. Once again, that is the community spotlight. So that's going to have some Flame Fatale runs that didn't make it into the actual schedule. You know, we only have so much time. So you get to see some of those, like some extra runs to get you excited for the actual marathon that's coming up the following week, which is going to be great. So yeah, go play Splatoon, go speedrun it, go say hi to Talon in his stream, and feel free to stop in next time we have a show on usually first Saturday of every month. So
yeah,
thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm Kungfufruitcup. It was wonderful to see you all, and thanks again to Talon.
Yeah, thanks for watching, y'all.
Yeah, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
See ya.